Welcome to the stream. Good morning, Grace, wherever you are, planning your seduction of destiny. May you have, may fortune fall on your side in this lewd endeavor. Grace's new arc is that she's going to seduce destiny. Ruby had something was going on, but Ruby said she had something coming up too, but I forget what it was. I don't know. Anyway, we're going to check in with some channel favorites today. Jimmy's got a lot going on. He's been feuding with some Aryans, and he is now receiving demonic assistance, which we'll have to look into that. But there's a lot going on. I talked to Jimmy yesterday during his video premiere. I asked him if he had talked about he added her on Discord, Reptilian Richard. I mean, he could just pick up Grace as a bounce back. I mean, what else does he have going on? A little bit of an escape. So I asked him. He said something about he was singing. I think the word was Nazi reggae. And I asked him if he had made a video about it, but I don't. He said that he made a short video trying to. Diversity is a code word for genocide. Let's see. Well, here's something going on. Let's check in for just a second. We got a long stream well, not a long stream, but we have a lot of time ahead of us. Let's see. Let me hear him a little bit about what's going on at Brother Benno's.
Good day. It's January 17th, 2025. 1:17. Oh, man. What an interesting day so far. Excuse me. So, I'm out at Brother Benno's this morning to go charge my devices. And,
now, Brother Benno's, if you don't know, is like kind of like a little gathering place. And he's there a lot, but I don't think like I don't think he's a huge fan of it sometimes. He feels like there's a lot of or he's expressed that there's a lot of people he doesn't want to be around there who are like bad influences on him, I guess, or are doing bad things, and he doesn't want to be a part of it.
I'm doing things as normal. The Set Free Ministries people are there. There's this ministry here in town, and they help people and whatnot. And for the
Set Free, I know that. Hold on, I'm gonna play it, but I'm gonna look that up.
most part, what I can see is that they're trying to do the right thing. So the guy that I met, his name's Ruben. I met him like a month or two ago, 2 months, something, I don't know. He invited me to the church. I never made it over there. And the first time I spoke with him, he interrupted. We had our conversation interrupted by something he was doing. And I was like, okay, whatever. We were talking about some super important biblical stuff. And I'm like, okay, whatever. It's just the same old nonsense. They don't care what I'm saying.
So there's a larger organization called Set Free, but I don't know if that doesn't mean there aren't like smaller ones that are off of that. So I don't know. Since I don't know for sure, I won't say. I'll talk to Jimmy and see, or I'll look it up too and try to find out more about it.
And so
I thought there was a Set Free that was like, I thought there was a Set Free that was like, that had to do with human trafficking or something, but maybe I'm wrong. Great. Well, I mean, I can only do so much. The chat's got to kind of, I don't want to say self-police, but you know what I mean. Like we all have to work together if we want like a functional environment.
today he's out there again with those people, the ministry, and they're doing their thing, and he says hello to me, and I remembered him, and he asked me if I'd been reading my Bible, and I said, well, not as much as I could be. And one thing led to another, and I started telling him who I am, that prophecy's being fulfilled, and that I'm not a normal human, that I'm being censored on the internet, that they're misleading people with these fake AI messages that are basically not guiding people to repentance. And two blue-eyed people come up and start talking, and his whole attention just shifts over to them.
I think we've talked about this very briefly, but Jimmy feels like one of the ways that he's being discriminated against is because he has brown hair and brown eyes, and he feels like the people with I don't know, blonde hair and blue eyes are like, I don't know, anything other than brown hair and brown eyes, he feels like is getting an unfair advantage.
And I got mad and I left, and I said, this is why I'm not showing up to your church. It's disrespect, man. You know, I'm having an extremely important conversation with somebody who claims to be a Bible-believing Christian. And it's the second time I've been interrupted while I've been speaking about these things. These Christians talk down to people.
So this was actually a month ago, but there was a lot going on with Brother Benno, and I met Brother Benno's, and I meant to check in, but I forgot about it. This guy says he went there for breakfast one time and found food, or found hair and other stuff in the food.
And then act like I'm worthless, shifting the attention over to someone else. It's like, no, wait, I'm telling you something. Listen.
Listen, buddy.
So I just left, and I started preaching and ranting all the way down the street, yelling and hooting and hollering about set-free ministries, how they're feeding people poison from Brother Benno's, processed foods, chemical garbage, genetically modified trash. These Christians, the Western Christians, man, they feed people poison and act like they're setting people.
That was the other thing, is he's saying that, like, if you're giving people shit food, don't act like you're doing them a big favor. He's very upset about the quality. And I mean, it, you know, everybody has their own, like, what they want to eat.
People free, dude. It doesn't work like that. Yeah, so naturally, I'm the one who gets to lead these things because nobody else is, and I'm the one called to do it. And I'm being put in these situations where I'm having to, like, analyze the ministries. And
well, and this was a month ago. Let's see when we catch up. Well, I've seen what it looks like, but it always looks the same to me.
The churches and everything. Like, I'm judging these things. Like, what are they doing to people?
He does have a Jumanji beard, for sure.
And biblical prophecy is being fulfilled. I know who I am, okay? And I just go around, like, seeing how people are going to treat me, you know, if they're going to take me seriously. Nobody's taking me seriously, dude. And prophecy is being fulfilled. Volcanoes are going off. Earthquakes are happening. Fires are...
His main channel is James Edward Holden. But he has other channels, Ross Ali Boumaye, the original Holy Vibes Company, and I think Divine Feminine Collective got banned.
Are happening.
But James Edward Holden, I don't think there's a. I don't know if there's a. I don't think we have a mod this early, but yeah, it's if you type in James Edward Holden, it comes up. He's only got 91 subscribers.
Are going to start spreading.
I was trying to think of what we could do when Jimmy gets to 100, like, to help him get to 100, but I couldn't think of anything to do because I feel like we already do. We don't really hold anything back for, like, a special stream. We just watch everything. He should wear a turtle shell on his back. It's a good idea.
Excuse me. I'm not a normal human. What am I still doing out here on the street? They don't care. These so-called Christians do not care.
This is also a point that keeps coming. No, I'm sorry. Hold on. He's also made a lot of videos about the fact that he doesn't like the fact that there are people out there that are saying, like, I'm a Christian, I'm doing good things, I'm a good person, and yet they're literally doing nothing. Like, they're talking the talk, but they're not walking the walk. He's made a lot of it. So he must be encountering people who are, like, presenting themselves as, like, righteous or holier than thou, but he feels like they're not living up to that.
Every single last one of them. Or they'd be helping me, man.
Have OPC Don get him a turtle shell.
This is the strong delusion. 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, prophecy
The Armand is not an alt of Richard Ramirez, I don't think.
is being fulfilled. The sick blue-eyed freaks, what they do is being revealed.
Jimmy, full disclosure, okay, I have green eyes, but I don't flex them. I don't use them to get ahead in life. I wear these sunglasses so that we're all on an even playing field.
They've been doing it for thousands of years.
But
since
it is also an evil playing
the
field.
New Testament existed. Excuse me.
Hey, get crack.
I'll take my position of authority over these things.
Oh, Leave is in here. Wow, Tolstoy. Hey, I've got an old Discord of you, Tolstoy, and I think it's like 2 hours long. And I don't know why, but for some reason, when I recorded the VC and I walked away, the camera defaulted to you, or someone left and it defaulted to you. So I have 2 hours of you silently just sitting there looking at the camera.
And every single one of you weirdos who don't know what's going on can just listen and try to keep up. I'm not going to be spoken down to by somebody who claims to believe the Bible and feeds people poison.
Mm-hmm. True. Man, you talk about a dramatic pause. Wow. That's an Oscar clip.
I've come to know and understand about all these things so I can be the one that leads people and is in the position of authority. Not a single other being on the planet.
Well, I mean, I recorded every time that like a known person was in the Discord, I'd record it, and then a lot of times they'd leave, but I didn't sit here and listen to it because if it was somebody I wasn't interested in, and so I would end up like, sometimes the camera would default to somebody, and for some reason Leaves just like hanging out for 2 hours in his smoky room.
Can do what I do. Nor is another human being on the planet qualified to do what I do.
Yeah, like I said, I talked to him yesterday when he debuted a video about spray painting a pink swastika on his car. And I talked to him a little bit, and he seemed like he was in pretty good spirits. He said he was seeing me in some tarot card divinations.
By the time you Christians come around and realize the truth, it's gonna be too late. You lukewarm freaks.
Lukewarm, hell yeah. There's a religious term. Lukewarm Christians. Oh, I guess that's it. Okay, so that was like a month ago. I just wanted to play it because there's a lot going on with Brother Benno right now with him. Collective racist, black and... Okay, here we go. Oh, no, wait, I got to do this one. Alcoholics Anonymous must listen. I want to finish this one. So this is from 2 days ago. It's got a bunch of comments. Oh, they're all from him. Oh, he's got one person saying dance monkey, whatever. Here's some other stuff if you want his pages. Here's some of his pages at holyvibes.org. Can I put that in the chat? What is it? At holy... A good method actor? Absolutely. At House of Jacob. Holy House of Jacob. What's this other one? This one of my favorite ones, honestly, is Ross Ali Boumaye. Ross... That's right. Yeah, okay, there you go. Okay. So this is 2 days ago. Alcoholics Anonymous must listen. Alcoholic Anonymous primary purpose has failed. Hashtag Alcoholics Anonymous. Okay, here we go.
Good afternoon. It's February 22nd, 2025. At
All right, He-Man.
2:22 p.m. this afternoon, I was at the library charging my devices and doing a tarot reading.
Hold on a second. Is this another simulation thing? He's really into the number 2, and so is Chuck Woolery, and we watch Love Connection like all the time. So Chuck's back in 2 and 2, but Jimmy's about the triple 2.
Angels and Ancestors reading. It's a combination reading that I do. I do various types. Nobody does what I do, right? And it was revealed to me about Alcoholics Anonymous.
The only thing OPC Don has a passion for is being nude when the police arrive. That's like his main thing. And then presenting turtles as a dowry.
The Lover's card. And the King of Wands, you know, these things. And my relationship with them.
I mean, I'm not saying it's what I believe it's me, but I do think there's a segment of modern Christianity that doesn't really see a difference between, say, manifestation and prayer and like reading the, just I don't know how to put it. They think that it's basically that there are some parallels between, it's all in how you do it, I guess. But yes, there are some Christians who definitely believe like that you can, that like you can read tarot, you can do tarot card readings and still be a Christian.
I got one of these, I think yesterday, from one of the blue-eyed witchy ladies at the neat gas station I went to. One of them had dreads, blue-eyed, blonde-haired woman. It seemed like she wasn't one of the evil ones. Anyway.
Well, Jimmy lives in his car, Tolstoy, so he's got all of his shit in here.
So today, 222, on 222, it was revealed to me. Certain information. I've been open air preaching again.
Jimmy's great. His delivery is so good.
It's Alcoholics Anonymous in front of the Brother Benno's thrift shop, by the library, right in front of the library. Open air preaching about the abuse that I've gone through and how I've been censored and terrorized and gang stalked and all kinds of other things. I've been sexually abused by people in Alcoholics Anonymous. I mean, this is just, my experience in life and what I've been through. It is unbelievable. And the stuff that's revealed to me about the spiritual matters involved with all these things, and it's significant.
It was, I think some of it was would be like psychic or emotional, but it was basically that they were doing this card reading of this kind of like amazing of like an amazing life, and Jimmy's saying that that's his life and that they don't have the right to, or I guess I might be misspeaking. I think it's more of like, if they're going to tell his story, he wants them to tell the people that are watching like, hey, this is my story that you're telling. And he's seeing many of them tell it, and then when he goes to their page and tells them like, hey, you're telling my story, they block him or they get upset with him, and then the cycle kind of perpetuates. But yeah, he thinks that there are a lot of like lying blonde-haired, blue-eyed tarot card readers, but we've also seen some tarot card readers who certainly did not have blonde hair and blue eyes that Jimmy had issues with. So basically a lot of the tarot card readings that he's seeing anyway, which I guess are being sent to him through the Divine Feminine Collective, are like, they're his story, but he's being ignored, and he's not being, YouTube is censoring, isolating, and terrorizing him, not allowing him to get views and stuff like that. And that's all tied into they're sending him MILF porn.
Significance with the Bible. You guys really need to sit down with a camera with me and discuss with me.
Did I get some Gooner clips? Showtime, I hung out for like a couple seconds. I saw it was about Destiny. I watched a little bit. I talked to some people in chat. Then I was like, I can probably just catch up. I saw that she accepted, or that Destiny accepted the Discord friend request. I think that was probably pretty close to when I stopped watching.
Me what I know and stop doing the stupid evil nonsense. It's time to get honest, you sick pervert freaks. I am no longer a member of Alcoholics Anonymous, and you will treat me as a religious leader. Spiritual leader. You will treat me with respect as religious and spiritual leaders in the 1930s to the 50s were treated. When Alcoholics...
I already have a spiritual advisor, but if I win the lottery, I'll definitely give Jimmy a position in my... the hierarchy of my religious division.
Anonymous comes of age was written.
3-minute elliptical punishment? Oh boy. I did hear him talking about that. I was in there whenever she did, like Ben said, I'm a dog, do whatever you want to, I'm not even going to participate. And then like 2 minutes later, he stopped the entire thing to say that her insult to him had to be punished. And then they did a poll. Then he didn't want to do the poll, so they asked Mackenzie. And then before Mackenzie could answer, Ben like steered the door. I didn't know what was going on.
You do not have authority over me. You do not have authority over
Jimmy
the
should lead
information
Doge.
and the narratives and what it all means. These things have been entrusted to me. By God.
If I won the lottery, I think I'd just give Jimmy a bunch of money, right? I mean, I don't want to cage this guy in. I don't want to I just tell him to go live his best life, I think. If he wanted to keep streaming, keep streaming.
You will listen to me. I have said multiple times today that Alcoholics Anonymous will be destroyed by God.
Yeah, by
because
God.
of what they have.
Make sure you realize he said by God, not by him. By God.
Done to me. Sexually abusing me, trying to get me to give up my faith in God. Tormenting me and terrorizing me. Going against the principles of what their program is supposed to teach. What their book teaches. About spiritual.
We'd have tarot card readers in every position of power.
Practice. Teaming up, ostracizing me. Doing everything they can to try to attack me, make me feel terrible. On purpose. They hate me because I speak the truth against their perversion.
True.
They hate me because I'm a Rasta and I smoke ganja.
Hell yeah, brother.
I use it to pray and meditate. The baby boomer freaks in there that have been speaking against ganja are committing genocide against the Rastafari people.
Anyone who speaks ill of weed is committing genocide. Ben can no longer say he's Palestine because his aggressive anti-weed campaign has now been called genocide by our Pope, Jimmy.
People. Period.
Oh my God.
Either all people are welcome or none.
I haven't heard him say that in like a long ass time.
You sick, nasty, evil freaks. You Aryan scum do not control the narratives. And I wouldn't even call you that if you're a decent human. See, if you're not scum, you shouldn't take it personally, right? You should know in your heart. If you can't discern these things, you need to get honest with yourself about what's going on here and what all this means and how it's related to what I'm saying as it is being revealed.
This is great.
I'm telling this information to tell people extremely important, vitally important information about consciousness as humans in reality. I'm not doing this. Spilled my coffee again.
spilled his coffee, but look, he's keeping it level.
Take all the anger from me, God. I hate these freaks and their disruption. They gang stalk me and do witchcraft against me. So, I tell the truth about them, and it takes power away from them and their stupid evil cult. They're losing everything.
I still remember that first video when that guy was standing outside of his car and it was making him so mad. And I was like, who is this guy? And then there was that great video where he was like just ranting in his car, and then he looked over and there was like a lizard on a tree, and he had like this existential like bliss moment over like the wonder of life.
And it's all being exposed, and there's nothing they can do to stop it. You evil freaks let young people's groups turn into a bunch of sick, nasty, evil perverts, and all they do is talk about perversion all the time. That's not me. I didn't do that. I had to leave. I live streamed recently in San Clemente at the Endless Summer meeting that not a single person talked to me at.
Uh-oh.
What kind of filthy, disgusting, perverted stuff went on for the 5 minutes that I listened? I had to leave, dude. And then I started preaching in the parking lot about how evil and disgusting it is. What needs to change is the perversion needs to go. I can't be at Alcoholics Anonymous with you sick, nasty, evil perverts trying to torment me because I don't want to be around you sick, nasty, filthy, disgusting perverts.
I've seen him out of his car from time to time. I think he's done a couple. We've seen a couple walking around ones, I think, maybe.
God wants me to help people. He wants me to help
oh no, maybe we were just looking out the window. Maybe he just put the phone out the window, but I swear we've seen him outside of the car.
teach people the 12 steps, you retards. What the hell is wrong with you? The 12 steps as there's...
He's not going to align with them, Showtime. He's completely the Aryans. We haven't even gotten to like the very tip of the iceberg on this Aryan feud, man. I'm telling you.
Supposed to be, and not what you stupid pervert freaks make it.
Jimmy's amazing. I mean, his videos, I mean, you can say they're unhinged sometimes, if whatever, but like as a performer, Jimmy's amazing. Like his videos have great, his delivery's great, his energy is great, the way his like oration is great. He doesn't stumble around. He's not like scrambling to fill. Like he's just cutting fucking money promos one after another. Why doesn't WWE give him an NIL deal? Name, image, and likeness. Let's get a Jimmy figure going.
Seem to be. You cannot serve two masters, you lying scum. You cannot have Christ consciousness while being a filthy pervert. It's a lie that they're selling to people. They set a terrible example for the younger generations. I set a far better example. They attack me, they team up against me, they ostracize me, they don't help me. They're a bunch of evil, lying, genocidal freaks who have sexually abused me since I was at a young age.
What's up, Rush Limbaugh? Burner account.
Like around 4 or 5 years old, my father
my most loyal fan.
Actually abused me. His adopted father. It's not my blood father. He had blue eyes, blonde hair. I don't know if he's my...
Rush Limbaugh's burner account has been watching me stream for like 12 years now.
My blood father or not. I don't know who my blood father was or is. Same with my biological mother. It could all be a lie. I don't know. That's why I say my name at birth was Joel Willis Chant. The birth certificate got left at my mom's house, and who knows, I haven't talked to her because she got possessed by some evil demonic nonsense, and it wasn't her anymore.
I didn't know that.
I've told the truth about that, too. I saw with my own eyes what they did to her. Witchcraft. Hypnosis.
Hold on, I'll be right back. I gotta write this down. Okay, sorry about that. I want to this some of this to me is new lore, so I got to write some of this down. I went in there to get a pen and I grabbed a weed vape. Okay. I got to write this down here. His mom was demonically possessed. I think I've already got hypnosis. It definitely have a lot of references to witchcraft. Here's my partial on my Jimmy dossier I've been working on. I'm gonna get the pieces of this put together and help Jimmy out.
Should we get a phone call? And all of a sudden, the computer should be doing something on the computer.
What's up, Avery?
This computer program would run down the screen with all these tarot card readings things. And it's artificial intelligence basically uploading information to her brain. It's mind control, dude. I saw it with my own eyes. And I know what's going on with people with...
Dude, this has 25 views, man. What the hell? I don't get it.
Their phones around me. I've been trying to disclose serious information. I've been getting terrorized by these retards.
Jimmy's really the only person that I really have to take like copious notes on, just because Savvy Guy, his lore is pretty like, he doesn't really do a lot of lore dumps, but Jimmy does, and Jimmy puts up so much content too that like it's just, I have to keep like a record to be able to keep, and even then like it's, Jimmy's lore is such an intricate web. It's like, have you ever played that game Path of Exile? The skill tree in it is like this gigantic, just unbelievably imposing structure, as opposed to like a normal ARPG that has a pretty simple like skill tree. But like Jimmy's lore is like this Path of Exile level web of just like everything you could think of is in there, it seems like.
You don't want to let me have a good life in this world. I'm not a normal human. God had revealed certain information to me that Alcoholics Anonymous must listen to or it will be destroyed.
Yeah.
You can't be a bunch of evil perverts setting a terrible example for young people, you nasty freaks. I've been in the parking lot where the police department is, open air preaching, saying, parents, protect your children from people in Alcoholics Anonymous. They're a bunch of perverts. Because they are. Sexually abusive perverts. There should be police in every single meeting watching you nasty little freaks. I agree with people when it comes to that. The cell phones are on. It's been monitored. I've documented enough. One thing that's crazy, I like to remind my gang stalkers when they're like,
hey, Rush Limbaugh, do you remember you remember way back in the day when that crazy girl would call me and I'd put her on speaker over the stream?
Trying to mess with me. I'm like, you guys realize I've been on it, like probably been on a terrorist watch list for...
Was that like that had to be one of my earliest like A-logs. Well, I don't know, I A-logged a lot of people back then, I guess.
Like, almost 25 years. Like, the government's watching everything, dude. So... And the crazy thing is...
Oh, but if you remember that crazy girl, I saw her at Kroger the other day.
I'm not the only one who's experiencing this kind of stuff. He's got a
great wrestling voice. He's got a great... I don't know if he just got practiced by doing these videos or what, but like his ability, his storytelling ability is fantastic. Like I said, he's not reaching or he's not like having to stop and mentally like, okay, where am I going from here? Like it's all just bang from the start.
Paranormal, dude. The fabric of reality has been
like not easy to do. Like I can't stress that enough. I think people underestimate how like rare that skill is. I mean, there's a reason he's the highest ranking white Rastafarian when he's got yap skills of this caliber.
Damage because of witchcraft that has been done against me, trying to interfere with God's will for my life. Period. God's will for my life is to instruct certain things in this world. I am the world teacher. I am the one. Who else
I am the world teacher. This is an amazing video.
Haley made prophecy about over 100 years ago in her book, Human and Solar Initiation.
Glocks and grippers.
Excuse me, it is time to recognize me as the person and being that I am.
Acknowledge me.
And stop trying to control the narratives over these things, you evil lying freaks.
Hell yeah.
This is what has damaged the fabric of reality, trying to control the narratives over these things. You don't get to serve two masters. Universal law only works one way. You must adhere to.
Dude, and he records like multiple videos a day. How does he do it, man? It's impressive to me, honestly, that he can boot up 5 videos a day that are, 10 minutes long or more and just roll like this. It's really something.
Do it or bad things happen. That's what Proverbs is all about.
Is he a veteran? I don't know. I don't have anything in my notes about that.
If you actually know about ageless wisdom and the importance of the information that's contained within the teachings of Alcoholics Anonymous, you would respect these principles and you wouldn't be a sick, nasty, evil, lying pervert. Or pervert enabler.
Pervert enabler.
Do you want people to heal or do you want people to stay sick? That's what it comes down to. Anybody who actually cares about people being sober should also care about...
I couldn't figure out how to tag him in the description. I normally tag him, but for some reason, I think since there were multiple people that I was trying to tag, YouTube wouldn't let me for some reason, but he comes into the chat especially if he sees we're looking at his videos.
People not being perverts, man. Because it's also another serious problem.
He said that Alcoholics Anonymous is filled with perverts and pervert enablers. Basically, that's all he's told us to this point. Is that they're all perverts.
And it's combined in that the culture has been allowed to be sick. The ones that were supposed to safeguard this stuff, primarily the baby boomers at this point, they were demoralized in the 1960s. That's when pornography started just flooding everywhere. Because the judges decided to change the laws in this country to make it so. Yeah, it was the Larry Flint lawsuit, man.
Yeah.
They said as long as it's not obscenity, it doesn't violate the law. That it's protected by the First Amendment. And so what did the pornographers do? You give them an inch. They
give them an inch, they give you 8.
Took far more than a mile. And it poisoned the whole population. And now look at all the internet porn. Everybody's sick. It's demanded the population, man. It damages people's brains. The scientists have done studies on what the pornography does to people's brains, man. And so you got Alcoholics Anonymous. And a lot of them have more problems than just alcohol. The perversion needs to be addressed, man. And I'm a religious leader here to address it.
True.
Among many other things. And you will listen to me, or your society will be destroyed and everybody will hate you for being a bunch of perverts, man. You don't have a choice here. God appointed.
Poor Jimmy, he's anti-pornography, and the one helper that God sent him is a gooner.
Me to be a teacher to the younger generations so they can know how to live right in this world, and you stupid baby boomer freaks aren't going to get in the way.
Man, do you hear how he hit that baby boomer freaks? Amazing. We got to hear it again.
Me to be a teacher to the younger generations so they can know how to live right in this world, and you stupid baby boomer freaks aren't going to get in the way.
Perfect.
They torment me in the meetings. They do these things where they share, right? And it's like this passive-aggressive attack at my spiritual belief system. And saying stuff about ganja. Or trying to make me feel like I'm weird. And they don't talk to me. They'll talk to each other. They have their little club. And I'm not part of it because I'm a Rasta. And I don't accept what they're doing. It goes against the principles that they teach.
Now, see, some people would say, well, why would you play this guy's videos when he's anti-gooner if you're pro-gooner? And the answer is, I don't have to agree with everything Jimmy says to play his videos. Jimmy is a person who's out here making these videos, and when we saw him originally in the very beginning, he was like, the main thing he wanted was for people to see his videos. So like, I don't have to like agree with him on everything to share his videos, or I don't have to like attack him because he's anti-porn. You know what I mean?
About the spiritual experience. They're ignorant. They have not listened to me. They have not given me a chance to even explain who I am and what I know.
Hell yeah, dude.
They've endlessly attacked me instead of trying to help me stay sober. Every single one of the hypocrites can burn it out. That's why God doesn't want me to be a member of Alcoholics Anonymous. I'm the Rastafari high priest, you stupid freaks.
Hello? Amazing. Imagine that in 1986 Memphis, man. Amazing.
To be a member of Alcoholics Anonymous. I'm the Rastafari high priest, you stupid freaks.
Fuck yeah.
I'm not supposed to be out here homeless. I'm the keeper of the secrets, the ageless wisdom that the 12 steps teach. You're supposed to be helping me. The Theosophical Society is supposed to be helping me, not ignoring me and trying to make money off my teachings.
I think this is like this is probably the rarest camera angle for him, is where you get to where it's pulled back. Normally it's just the face. He has said that he doesn't want me to try to make any money off of his music, and I of course I would never do that.
Well, letting me be terrorized, you coward scum. Yeah, so like, what is law enforcement supposed to do about this unless I start making lawsuits? Does anybody know any good lawyers that could help me? Anybody want to come with me to an AA meeting and see how these nasty freaks treat me?
Dude, I absolutely want to go to an Alcoholics Anonymous meeting with Jimmy, of course.
I can guarantee you almost everywhere they'll treat me like crap. I care
Not here, Jimmy. Not in this chat.
About their children more than they do, obviously.
If you can pay him for a cameo, just comment on one of his videos and ask him. I was going to ask him if he had a Cash App or something, and I could put it up during his segments, but I always forget to ask him.
And I know what kind of poison has been fed to their children on the internet in the video game servers. You stupid freaks aren't going to have a choice but to listen to me. You've done it the hard way instead of doing the right thing and helping me. Acknowledging that wrongdoings have gone on. Your public image isn't more important than the truth, you nasty lying scum.
Amazing. Wow. I mean, great video. Was his sponsor a Coomer or something? I don't know. Let's go. Let's look and see. I mean, anything AA stands out to me because I like to study cults and unusual people, and I think Alcoholics Anonymous is definitely a weird organization. See if there's anything here. We read that one. Alcoholics Anonymous. Stop talking about Jesus if you're not going to help me. I don't think it goes back this far. And really, I gotta hear this one. Receiving demonic assistance since no one else seems to be listening. Stupid freaks and evil freaks, yeah. And then the worst of the worst are the sick and evil freaks.
Good evening.
Now, I got to tell you this. This is a very dark video. Like, visually, I mean, you can't see hardly anything, but I think it kind of adds to, like, his kind of Ultimate Warrior vibe that he would shoot it in, like, some dark, shadowy realm.
It's February 24th, 2025. It's been quite a night here at Iniquity Mart in Oceanside.
Your sales team?
I've been doing my preaching thing off camera, and other people have been hearing me and seeing me, and I've been moving the energy, and quite a few things have changed, and I'm not going to speak about too much right now, but what I will say is that what I'm being instructed to talk about right now has to do with mixed race people.
Oh boy.
Soul tie that I had with a apparently Aryan woman. And soul contracts that were formed against me that basically use my sexual energy as a form of currency in like some sort of like crazy interdimensional criminal enterprise or something.
Okay. They used Jimmy's sexuality as a commodity in an interdimensional. What was it? Interdimensional
Criminal enterprise.
Okay, I gotta write that down. Interdimensional criminal enterprise. There's another criminal enterprise. Give me a second. Oh, I just have criminal enterprise down. Interdimensional criminal enterprise. I like the sound of that.
Or something. I know it sounds crazy, but
no.
I'm trying to put this in words that make sense that other people might be able to understand. And I'm still trying to like figure out how to explain it
Empress
in
Janet.
ways that actually make sense. And to people that like, you know, they hear it, they're probably, oh my goodness, you're probably on drugs or like whatever. No, actually. So, okay, I'm a high priest and I'm a shaman, and I do things in the spiritual realm, astral realm.
Well, this one's got 31. Oh, he premiered it from a Walmart Supercenter. That's kind of fun. So 31 views in the first couple, 9 hours. That's pretty good for Jimmy. Looking up.
Some unbelievable heinous crimes have been committed against me as a form of criminal enterprise. And it's related to my presence here on social media being censored. And a lot of the things that I've spoken of, such as the collective tarot readings, the chosen one messages,
collective tarot readings, messages.
Yes. Anyhow, all that stuff, I've gone into some detail about it, but that's kind of not the point of this video. It's related to that directly, though. And it has to do with the energy that was taken from me during the time when I had this soul tie that I performed an exorcism on and broke the soul tie with. And so it has to do with bloodlines, Aryans, and the ones that are involved, they can't come talk to me. This is what the craziest thing with like the criminal enterprise thing is they can't like directly come talk to me if they're like somehow involved. But what they can do is like communicate.
This kind of feels like we're like meeting up with a confidential source in the middle of the night, and we're getting all this these deep secrets
through other means like telepathy, and through other beings such as like spirits and whatnot, ancestors, and sometimes I just I'm informed directly, like through the Holy Spirit, like God.
I don't think Jimmy would have any patience for EFD. I think he would probably be like insulted. Because EFD would probably start calling him names. Jimmy would not go for that. You don't talk to a high Rastafarian priest and call him an F slur like or anything like that, like EFD would do.
You know, like what was going on, and so there's this crazy situation. I've talked about the root races. I've talked about the Aryans and the Theosophical Society and how I've been through the solar initiation and I'm this being, right? Well, the root races are related to me and basically whichever race of people I end up with. And like God's favor being over certain groups of people and all this and that. It's very esoteric, mystical, bodhisattva, Egyptian mystery stuff. And this is why it's like, dude, I need to sit down with you Freemasons and Theosophical Society people and
No, not at all. I don't think so.
tell you like who I am. Like you don't understand.
I think I hate to say this, but I think that Jimmy would consider EFD a sick evil freak if we're laying everything out there.
Like, and the Mormons. You know, it's like there's missing pieces of different puzzles that different religions have that like I am this part of it, you know. The mysteries, dude. So I'm explaining this stuff and I know it's like far beyond the comprehension of most people. But the ones who are like initiated or like have been practitioners and been aware of things like this for quite some time, such as the tarot reader ladies that I've been desperately trying to talk with, such as Intuitive Goddess 333. Well,
true. If you're interested in the tarot card shit and how it relates to Jimmy, there's an entire I don't want to say a deep dive. I think we did at least a few hours specifically on the tarot card readers. We went to their pages and looked at their videos to try to get an idea of what Jimmy was seeing. It was pretty interesting. Yeah, anti-Mormon for
communicated
sure.
with the people, the beings, and whatnot. It's like they owe me something that they stole from me when my dad died. And when the dog died. And I don't know if my mom's still alive or not. But basically, it's soul theft. They've taken inheritances from me. It's like soul energy, dude, that passes on from generation to generation when a parent dies. That kind of thing. Well, there's other things that they try.
Like, this image is so dark, but like it's also really cinematic too.
Steal from me too, but that's part of it. And I'm having things return to me, like gradually. Like I'm having energy
Feels like we're talking while like we're all stuck in the trunk of a car.
return to me. And when I say that, like the ones that have participated in it, because they don't have my energy anymore, they're gonna like shrivel up because they're energy vampires. Yeah, that's like the physical manifestation of what they've done to me, dude. Like they tried to kill me, dude. Doing black magic against me and like serious like weird energy vampire stuff. So there's like this whole cult and it goes deeper than that. You know, the whole world's basically going to find out what's going on. And it's inevitable because not only is all the information out there, but the technology is being affected by these things. I've been trying to say it and I know it's very like hard to understand for some people, and it's also very sensitive information. That's like, dude, I've been trying to like get attention for this, and nobody's taking me serious. So it's time to take me serious.
Jimmy, we're taking you very seriously, brother. We're trying to get the message out there for you.
Like now, there's no choice. Like the criminal enterprise that has operated at my expense should have already given me what's mine. They've chosen not to. And so now, as part of the biblical prophecy, the sick, evil freaks who've been getting in the way of me being able to have a successful presence.
Yeah, I like that he can. This is another thing that maybe it's underappreciated. Are people that can do the calm promo, like Jake Roberts and Dusty could do them when he wanted to. Flair could do them. It's difficult to do because like you can't rely on the cheap stuff to get a reaction out of the crowd. So it's really got to be powered by like your aura and your words, and it's not easy to do.
It's on social media. They're going to be moved out.
I would run out of shit to say after like 5 minutes.
Out of the way as a matter of necessity. And my YouTube channel is going to be restored as a matter of necessity. These things need to be
I'm not sure about that, Showtime. He is also a shaman though, but I don't. He hasn't mentioned like a QAnon shaman. So it's like one of those movies where the main character is really in a fever dream and wakes up to find out he's actually the energy vampire.
Understood. It's like totally just against human rights to try to censor me in what I've tried to inform people of. You weirdo, psychotic, delusional freaks. I don't even want to call you that, but it's like that's your behavior, dude. I feel like maybe you'll listen if that's what I call you. I don't know. What do I need to call you to get you to listen? Just tell me, and I'll call you that. I don't want to call anybody anything, really, but if I need to, I will. Just let me know. I'll use whatever bad word you want me to use to get your attention. Just
Tell me whatever bad word you want me to use to get your attention.
snap out of it, And there's one word for me that triggers me like that, and I'm not going to tell you freaks what it is. And if you ever use that word around me, don't be surprised if I get really angry.
Okay, so Jimmy has a word that's very upsetting to him. I'm assuming he's saying if you were to say this to him or call him this, I bet I could figure out what it is.
And I'm not going to want to listen if you say that word either, so it's probably a really bad idea. Yeah, so this criminal enterprise, man. I know it sounds crazy, but the manifestation in the physical realm is going to be me getting what's mine. And also, the main part of this video, the most important thing, has to do with bloodlines, the Africans and the Aryans. There are women in this world that are mixed with both. And, it's like a perfect example. There's mixed people, man, and they're beautiful people. It's like they matter too, like all this stuff about like pure being purists and things like this. Like it's important to understand.
So who is he having these? Okay, it has to circle back to the Aryans, right? He's emphasizing that he sees biracial people as valuable human beings, unlike somebody. He's not saying who here, but it's got to be the Aryans, right? That he's feuding with back at Brother Benno's.
And why these things matter, but like,
the
I'm
word is
basically
moist.
open to any woman that God wants me to love. It almost like it just. At this point, I feel like I could have 100 wives like King Solomon, and like I'd try to treat them all the same, try to treat them right, and be loving to them, as long as everybody's okay.
I don't think the word is Caucasian. I don't think so.
And that's not really what I want if it's not what God wants. But that's what I'm saying. It's like, dude, I want to give love to women, dude. And regardless of whether or not it's like a romantic kind of thing, it's like,
go to see the monkey.
I want to help take care of women and be a good man, do the right thing. And
I think it's a word that is used on Thorpe TV that would upset him.
I can't help it if women want to love me because I'm trying to be a good man.
King, what's up, man?
It shouldn't be a problem, like trying to hold back me from being able to get love from women. The thing is, with the root races, the Aryans
We
need to
got
give
it.
me back what is mine. All of it.
Yo, Dave's channel. What's up?
And they need to shut down the criminal enterprise operating at my expense. Whichever demonic freaks are using demons to make money at the expense of my suffering need to stop it.
Hey, BB.
See, God's not going to take no for an answer, so.
Yo, wow. What an absolute banger line. Amazing.
See, God's not going to take no for an answer, so.
Boom. Wow.
So, better figure it out.
Prudential.
I already informed them, the ones that were listening, trying to figure out how to like make things right, because I mean that's what's coming out in the terror reading. They're realizing it dead serious. Like, you need to listen and try to do the right thing here if you're involved. And they are going to seek to assist me in whichever ways that they can. This is part of the correction of these things, is that those that are willing to try to actually like do the right thing and turn away from the sin and like clean up the mess, they're going to choose to do that because they have the opportunity.
What's up, Candy
Those who
Warhol?
don't are going to like end up being separated from those that do choose to do the right thing, and they're going to become like,
Hey, Showtime. Were you the one in Grace's chat yesterday that said that you noticed her eye roll? Do you know what I'm talking about?
a separate group all unto themselves of like super disgusting evil freaks. So that's currently what's on.
He's like, I don't have a lot of money. I don't have any power or influence, but what I do have is an ornate gift from God to bring down you sick, evil freaks.
Going right now, apparently. And I was prompted to record a video to talk about how I'm actually
Yeah, what do you think about that, Armand? What do you think the eye roll was about? It was really, it had to have been done to be noticed because it was so over the top.
pleased to be receiving some sort of assistance, even if it's demonic. I mean, I've been seeing it out, doing my open air preaching thing. I shouldn't have to summon demons, to be able to, like, do things. I shouldn't have to do witchcraft to be able to use my phone, dude. This is demonic, dude.
I mean, he's just saying, like, look, he's trying to do the right thing. What's he got to do to get a break, to get, to stop being censored, isolated, and terrorized? Is he going to have to turn to witchcraft? Like, he's saying that he's saying, like, I don't know. He's kind of sound like he doesn't have a choice. Is he going to turn to a specific entity, though? Does he have anybody in mind?
I try to tell it to people, and they just
No, it was somebody in chat.
think I'm crazy, and I'm like, no.
In my opinion.
Listen, I can prove it to you. Yeah. So, I still don't understand what I'm doing out here on the street in my car like this. Like, there's got to be at least one person in the government who's not like a total evil freak that can like do something to help me like find a place to park my car at least. Come on, dude. That's it, I guess.
Wow. I feel like Jimmy's really like on a roll here. Let's watch one more. Now, I watched this one. This is a long video, but I think it's worth it. It's got some really interesting lore, and then I talked with Jimmy during the live or the premiere, I mean.
Good day. This is like an ASMR video or whatever. Except I just sit here shaking and spray painting it because it sounds so beautiful. No, that's not the purpose of this video. But maybe I should do that, right? I'm a graffiti artist, so I'll just like tune in while they're sleeping at night, just listening to the. See, I'm a genius, dude. I come up with ideas like this just all the time, just stupid nonsense. I'm like, you know what? That's actually a really good idea. I could probably get like 1 billion views on YouTube doing that. Maybe I should do it. Watch some stupid evil nerd steal my idea. Now they can't steal it because I said they're going to steal my idea. Hey, if you're a real hardcore graffiti artist and you want to make a lot of money, you can use my idea. If you haven't put in any work, you can't use my idea, nerd.
See, Jimmy's a generous pope. He's saying, hey, you can use my idea as long as you're really an artist who really cares. But if not, then you're a nerd and fuck off.
Shut the hell up, nerd. I don't care what you gotta say. Alright, so the point of this video is I'm at the gas station where I've been doing some energy work. And I've been listening to music about Armageddon by Coel. And now I'm listening to the Manhattan Project, and I just uploaded my video. I'm just like, what should I paint on my car? I'm shaking my pink spray paint can as I'm like giving telepathic messages to the Aryans that are surrounding me. Telling them I'm gonna, and then I start vocally saying, like, yeah, I got violet, fluorescent violet, and I got pure purple. And if I wanted to, I could paint like a swastika on my car right now, pink swastika. And I could even make it look like, like the retro wave.
I had Jimmy on in the background, and as soon as he said I could paint a pink swastika on my car, I came right up in the chat.
Like the fast wave kind of look, dude. I even got like the white color and the yellow, and like I could do it right, dude. You know what I'm saying? And just make it look like authentic, dude. If I wanted to. Yeah, and then once I started talking about that, the energy started moving so weird around this place, dude. Like people were just like, "Oh no,
oh, shoot.
no!"
My bad, sorry.
Like people started moving around. All the cars started pulling in. The motorcycle pulled up, dump truck. Just all the Aryans started coming around me, dude. And this is magnetism, dude. This is spiritual alchemy. I'm like getting free from the wickedness, right? And because of what's been done and the corrections that are going on to repair the fabric of reality, I'm in the place right now. The angel numbers are showing up. We got a 789 right here, which means God's really pissed right now, pretty much.
I was trying to bring the chat up, but there's really no way, and it's like way down in chat. It's just me and Jimmy, so it moves really slow, but I'll keep you updated.
Angel numbers talk to me and kind of tell me where God's at sometimes with these numbers. And so I'm like, just, like, what do I got to do? Do I really need to paint a pink swastika on my car for you freaks to come talk to me or what? Like, just... Anyhow, it was interesting to see the energy moving. I saw the ladies, like, the people that aren't supposed to be around me, like, that would be normally blocking my uploads, the Aryans, and their bad energy. This is what happens, Aryans. Dude. I'm telling you, I clear out parking lots. The parking lot just got cleared out here, dude. I can literally demonstrate this, like, basically anywhere I go where they're at. I kind of want to go to Minnesota to see how they are there. What do you guys think? You guys want to see me go to Minnesota and see how paranormal my
yes, absolutely
phones are around the white people in Minnesota? Mm-hmm. Who wants to?
One's in the chat if you want to see Jimmy interact with white people in Minnesota.
Donate to my channel to help me get there. What do you guys think? Road trip. Come on, guys. I know one of you guys got a better vehicle than me and can make it happen right now. You're possibly even in Oceanside. What else you got going on, man? Come on. This is like serious scientific inquiry I'm talking about. Like, I'm not even joking. Like, even though I talk this way and I'm like this guy, doesn't mean I'm joking.
Jimmy will definitely see the chat, so he'll know that you're supporting his trip.
Okay, I might be laughing, but it doesn't mean it's funny. Okay, not always. You'll be able to tell when I'm laughing at something and it's like time to laugh, and when I'm laughing at something and I'm just coping. Like right now, I'm just coping, but it's still. This is my dark comedy routine. I go around everywhere and I just rant because I can't do anything else. I haven't been allowed to do anything else.
True.
I can do so much more. I mean, I am a true spiritual alchemist, not like any other. I can cleanse entire regions. Okay. So, yeah, like I've been saying, you guys already missed the first round of investment. You guys should invest late, but there's still time, you know.
No, Jimmy. I'm a ground floor Jimmy investor.
So what should I paint on my car, guys? What do you think? Should I really paint a pink swastika on my car? I don't want to, man, because I know once I do that, the amount of demonic activity that will happen around me is just unbelievable. That's kind of why I'm like, I don't really want to use that symbol because everybody knows that symbol. I'd almost rather just use the black sun symbol. The German one. Not the Jesuit freak one.
Also, the title of this video is Quit Trying to Hide Me. Aryans, I am the world teacher. You must listen to me. White people, listen.
So
I'm listening, buddy.
they're both connected. I mean, let's get on this, guys. Yeah, so like, when's the Thule Society and the Vril Society actually going to stop being a bunch of punk cowards and just talking? Yeah. I know you guys are like normal humans, except you're like super psychic and telepath. Yeah, and I know what happened with Project Paperclip. They brought you guys over here.
Project Paperclip.
You guys joined the Mormons and the Alcoholics Anonymous, Theosophical Society, Freemasons. Because there was no real American Nazi Party movement going.
How dare you, I see all.
Going on, you have to be underground. I know. If anybody knows, it's me. So you guys can openly talk with me about this stuff. You don't have to worry about me hating you as long as you treat me right. I'm unlike any other being in the universe. And the same thing goes like, dude, I could sit down
100% true.
with black people who've been on the other end of it, where they're like, they've been into like all that racial supremacy stuff for them, and they've been victimized by it. I mean, I know the whole thing. So I've got the Seal of Solomon painted on my car. I've been saying for a while it would just be perfect if I paint like a swastika next to it. Like everybody could be happy. You know what I'm saying? But no, I was thinking the black sun, since that symbol's so relevant with these sick, nasty, evil freaks that have been terrorizing me, it would possibly be a little better, and it would be a little less shocking to people who don't know what it is. No, I'm thinking like an alchemist, an energy worker.
Now, see, I do find Jimmy very a lot of the people, the reason that we listen to them, the people that we keep going back to are typically people that are like high-level yappers that I can like zone out listening to. I find Jimmy to be super relaxing most of the time.
Because that's what I am. And I'm like, God, do you really want me to paint a pink swastika or black sun on my car? And he hasn't told me to yet. But he lets me joke about it because it moves the energy when I joke about it. When are you guys going to get honest and just talk to me and quit being a bunch of cowards, man?
True. Speak
I
up,
mean,
bitches.
I'm tired of it, dude. Like, what kind of flex do I got to do to, like, make you guys so uncomfortable you can't, like, handle continuing on this way anymore? Do I really need to paint a pink swastika on my car? Do I really need to upload my Nazi reggae song? Do I really need to make videos clowning on Aaron
I don't know if I'm ready for IRL content with Vegan Patriot.
people because they don't know how to dance to reggae and all this? I mean, I don't want to do that, but, you know, you guys are giving
You know, they say never meet your heroes. Maybe there's something to that.
me this option here that I don't have many other options. I try to imagine what William Luther Pierce or George Lincoln Rockwell.
He'll say too that like he doesn't like that the videos where he gets mad and yells are the ones that typically get more views because like he said that like it hurts him to like, you know, and I believe him. I know that he's going to post. He just seems like he's going to post no matter what. I don't see him. I think whatever he's feeling and saying in the moment, he's going to post it. But like, I do really think that like he doesn't like being like that. I think he'd rather be like he is in the videos we've been watching so far, where he's like being, you know, he's being firm, but he's not like, you know, screaming and yelling. I don't think I believe him when he says he doesn't like to do that.
Would say about how you guys are treating me. I
Hey,
think they would
Pomflair.
probably like want to line you up against the wall. Just saying. Dude, I'm like literally the guy that you guys need, and you treat me like crap. And it's just absolutely psychotic. I told you over 2.5 years ago before you guys like started like just going overboard trying to kill me. I mean, you killed my entire family, dude. What do you think? I mean, it's just, this is like spiritual warfare stuff,
Oh,
dude.
there we go.
Powers and principalities, black magic. You guys destroyed my family. You destroyed everything.
Okay, so I came in and I said, "Yo, Jimmy," and he said I had to drive across town to upload this video just to get away from the Aryan tweakers. And then he says, "Hi, Mark." Halo smiley face with a halo emoji, prayer hands emoji. And I said, "Hey, Jimmy, I'm going to share more of your videos with my viewers tomorrow, I think." And he said, "Thank you, Mark. You are one of the best helpers who has been put in my life. Before you were in contact with me, you were in a few collective readings as part of a divine intervention. Thank you."
In my life, man. Doing this wickedness against me. Mean magic with the intent to kill me. You sick evil freaks. So I survived through it. Now every single last one of you are going to have curses. If there's any chance that you're going to be forgiven, you're going to absolutely need to listen to me, and your children are going to need to know what I'm supposed to teach them. And you're going to have no choice but to treat me right. Stupid retard. You know who I'm talking to. The ones who aren't involved with this shouldn't take it personally when I say these words. And I use these words with a certain type of dictionary.
Isn't that a great one? Mean magic with the intent to kill. That's like I could see Austin Idol saying that. Like, that's a badass phrase. There's your t-shirt, Jimmy.
Accuracy. Like, that's why I'm using them. You can open the dictionary right now.
Hit movie The Helper.
To the word retard and see why I'm using that word. It's scientifically accurate. And I could provide evidence of how it's not hate.
Okay, so I responded and I said, "Jimmy, have you made a video explaining Nazi Rasta music?"
Speech for me to say that, or bullying, or whatever, dude. It's literally like they're spiritually retarded. They haven't evolved. The ones that still have a problem with me. So in the tarot readings, and in my own personal tarot readings, and the collective tarot readings, the information coming out is that they're finally starting to realize that they're being messed with by the beings that are trying to destroy me. And basically, like I've said, they're having a collective conscious awakening, a spiritual awakening. They are becoming more
Oh,
telepathically aware, and they've been knowing about this kind of thing. This is part of what the solar initiation's all about. This is
true.
what the Theosophical Society's known about. That's the prophecy about the Aryans.
Mean magic
I'm
with the intent
literally
to kill.
the guy.
I'm coming down to Charlotte on the 24th to take on Ric Flair, and I'm coming with a mean magic and an intent to kill, baby.
It's not an Indian person.
It's not an
It's not
Indian person.
someone with blonde hair and blue eyes. I don't know if I'm part Indian. My last name at birth was Chand. It means moon in Hindi.
Yeah, he was talking about earlier that what was it going to take to get to wake people up? And he said he was going to post some Nazi reggae music. And I was high and I couldn't remember how to spell reggae. So I said, Jimmy, have you made a video explaining Nazi Rasta music?
A person who speaks Hindi told me that. And that's extremely significant because of the moon magic that has been done against me. Who is my biological father? I don't know. My biological mother's name was supposedly at my birth Rebecca Joyce Chand. Becky Chand. And I believe she's, the name Rebecca. It's connected to the Oddfellows, dude. Like, this stuff is deep,
Oddfellows.
esoteric stuff that's being revealed to me, dude. It's biblical. I'm not a normal human, dude. I know about what biblical prophecy is going on with different things, including the Book of Mormon, which is provided to the Freemasons to pull them back to Christ and away from Lucifer, the Aryans. During that time, basically, they were supposed
He did reference in an earlier video when we first started looking into his content that he was a Macho Man Randy Savage fan. I think that definitely shows.
to prepare themselves for the time we're in now, the Gentiles, and they know it.
They know
It's
it.
time for the Mormon Church, the leaders of the Mormon Church, to sit down with me and the other people on YouTube, the African people, who are talking about the Book of Mormon and how we're basically all part of the same tribe. I am Jacob, dude. Jacob. The house of Jacob, it's with me. And only me. And I'm the only one who actually knows what that means.
Isn't it wild that I was drawn on YouTube to people who believe themselves to be the reincarnations of Abel, Joan of Arc, Jacob, Aphrodite, vegan patriot?
God's favor is over my life. And wherever I go,
The original rock and roll tag team.
you don't get too attached to it. It has to be something that I willfully choose to align with God's will for my life. So, I'm basically like shopping around for, I don't want to say organizations or institutions.
That tonal shift is just so great. It was like he had this weight on himself, and because he verbalized it and put it out into the world, it was like, and then he's like, so anyway, I just been shopping around.
Because I'm not really shopping. I'm just waiting for you freaks to get it through your heads that you need to do the right thing and actually like investigate the truth. Like, who is this guy? What is he saying? Why is he saying this?
Believe that.
What do we need to do to be able to understand what he's saying? How can we document it? How can we make the best of what the situation is that's going on? Because I've made accusations against the Mormon Church of blaspheming the Holy Ghost and abusing me. So we're going to have a conversation here, guys. I'm not trying to make lawsuits against anybody who doesn't
Okay, so I had asked Jimmy, have you made a video explaining Nazi Rasta music? And he replied to me and said, not entirely.
actually understand what's going on. This is why I've explained in the videos. I have to forgive basically everybody for not knowing what's going on. Because this is a strong delusion. This is biblical prophecy, dude. And I'm truly demonstrating that this is the truth because I have to forgive everybody, even though you sick, nasty, evil freaks left me to die and tried to kill me. I'm not just talking about the Mormons. I'm talking about the Aryans, plenty of others, dude. There's other people involved, other groups. When I was in Fresno, I was getting gang stalked by the Sikhs, man. They were like...
Okay, so I said, Jimmy, have you made a video explaining Nazi Rasta music? He says, not entirely. Then he replied again, played one song for the gang stalkers who don't hate me 2 nights ago. I made a video explaining a bit about it, so I've got to track that video down.
The main ones that were gang stalking me in Fresno, which was very interesting.
That was a big
And after a while, before I left Fresno, I was like teaching them. Like, I already got to a relationship with them in Fresno before I left, where they weren't trying to, like, follow me around and cause me harm anymore because they knew I had, like, serious power, mystical powers. And it was repelling them away from me because they were trying to do wrong to me. Well, the ones that weren't trying to do wrong to me were eventually magnetized to me in places where there was, like, young people or, like, stuff that's going on in the community that they need to care about. And I'd be open air preaching about, like, look, man, you can't.
He seems to be pretty open about the fact that really from his, I'm not saying this to make fun of him. I'm saying it's what he seems to believe is that nobody likes him, that they want to suppress him, and everybody treats him like shit pretty much. Like, so I don't think I think he's either pissed off or been pissed off by a lot of people.
Can't have this or that going on with the young people because then this happens.
The original.
You got to care about this stuff. The white people aren't caring about it enough. So if you guys are going to be inheriting the society, talking about like non-white people who want to be Americans, I'm like, you guys got to care about this stuff. You can't expect the white people to care about it because
you can't. That's like a Ben Thorpe quote. You can't expect white people to care about it.
Basically, they're an aging population here. So you got to care about it like it's yours. And they're like standing around there realizing, like, yeah, we really do. And they started like leaving me alone in Fresno, dude. They were like gang stalking me hardcore, dude. Like hundreds of cars, like all over the entire city, dude. I had to burn sage and do the green tar mantra and all kinds of other divination stuff to be able to overpower these freaks over the entire population here. So you got to care about it like it's yours. And they're like standing around there realizing, like, yeah, we really do. And they started like leaving me alone in Fresno, dude. They were like gang stalking me hardcore, dude. Like hundreds of cars, like all over the entire city, dude. I had to burn sage and do the green tar mantra and all kinds of other divination stuff to be able to overpower these freaks over the entire city, man. I documented my story on Easter Sunday. It's on my Terminated.
I think Jimmy has to be like some kind of real life art experiment. Like he's secretly like some really rich guy who always wanted to be known as the best actor, but he knew because he was wealthy he could never be taken. He would never know if it was sincere, so he had to go like the ultimate like, deep dive into a character and he had to shift from Joel Willis Chand into James Edward Holden. And that's what we're witnessing right now.
YouTube channel that they've tried to cover up this stuff. Dude, I've been documenting it. It's not my fault people don't know this stuff. People are going to know who to blame because of who censored me. It's connected to the root races. Theosophical Society. Why haven't you spoken with me yet? I mean, you can't not talk to me, dude. I'm the one that knows the information that you guys all talk about. You guys get hundreds of thousands of views, millions of views on your videos. I don't get more than 2. I'm revealing secrets in my videos, and you guys are ignoring me and keeping me poor and homeless, trying to take the information from me, make money off of it, and keep me hidden. You cannot do that to me, man. I need to be able to have a good life in this world. This is why the paranormal activity is going on, and the strong delusion is being revealed, and you guys are ignoring me like it's okay, and it's not okay, dude. It is not okay that you're ignoring me. So the fact that I'm speaking about this is causing the paranormal activity to happen.
I mean, it's just amazing to me. Like, I can't, it's...
And those that are involved are responsible for making the decisions to actually let the information go through the ethers. They're blocking communication in the ethers, man. They're doing serious divination abuse. They mess with my phones, the microwaves, the energy around me. You Aryans aren't going to be able to keep doing this, man. Not with this technology. You need to know. You need to stop doing this stuff, man. Because everybody's...
Y'all are cooked. Aryans cooked.
Going to hate you because they're going to know why it's happening. They're going to be able to spot you. I mean, like, oh, no. There he is.
There he is.
You better learn how to adapt, dude. I've been telling you the truth the entire time. The fact you guys haven't met with me, you're absolutely psychotic. There's nothing that's going to change this either. These beings, you can't control them, dude. All you can do is defend yourself against them and basically use the authority that's granted by God to not allow them to have domination over your life. They're going to be there. You can't get rid of them. And these freaks from CERN, they mess with stuff too. They need to talk with me. I know stuff about what's going on that none of you freaks do. It's messing with your artificial intelligence algorithms. I know how to teach the AI, man.
I'm hoping I can win the lottery before Vince gets him, and that way I can bring him in when I reboot Heroes of Wrestling.
So it can't be manipulated like this. You're gonna end up having to pay me to do it. Not a single other person is capable of doing these things. Quit trying to hide me, you sick, evil freaks. Do the right thing, stop being evil.
Do the right thing, stop being evil. Well, that's Jimmy. Amazing. I think every one of those videos was pretty much like epic. This one, I just watched it last night, and I was really high then, and I'm high now, so I feel like I was seeing it again for the first time, but hopefully we'll find out more about the Nazi reggae music. I still am not sure how to spell that, but wow. Jimmy's content is like on fire, man. That's the people who I think have that, the Hadron Collider. Okay, now I got, there was one in here that really interested me. Here we go. Making bad decisions and blaming others.
What's going on, guys? Back at you guys with another presentation. Hope everybody's doing okay on this Wednesday.
Man, he's doing a super vertical here.
In this topic of today, this is a great topic that we're about to talk about, guys. We're going to talk about making bad decisions, but never want to be held accountable for them.
And is there anybody better to tell us about making bad decisions and having no accountability for them than one of the true YouTube maestros, Savvy Guy?
You got some people that make bad decisions and they don't never want to be held accountable for those bad decisions. And women are...
Are you saying who does Jimmy see his audience as? He sees them as like... I think mostly haters, but some people who have managed to sneak through all of the isolation, censorship, and terrorism.
Women definitely make a lot of bad decisions that they never take accountability for. isn't it funny how
Thanks,
a
distinction.
lot of these women, they make bad choices.
I'll ruin it later. Don't worry.
They make bad decisions, but they never take accountability for these bad decisions. I mean, when a woman is attracted to a man,
Dave's channel says making bad decisions and not wanting to be held accountable for them. Sounds like Ben Thorpe.
and isn't it funny how they make all the
Wow.
excuses in the world for this man? I see potential in him. I see the potential for what he could be and all of this stuff. Even though the dude doesn't have a pot to piss out of. Even though the dude doesn't have anything going for him. And I just wanted to elaborate a little more on this because I've talked about it a little bit here and there, but I want to talk about it more in depth because a lot of women, they make bad choices when it comes to men, and they always want to deflect, and they never want to take accountability for their own actions. And I'm not here to bash nobody. I'm not here to attack nobody. I'm just stating facts. You see potential in a bum, a man who is not doing nothing with his life. You're attracted to him, and you want to make things work. And it's funny how a woman will make all the excuses in the world for a man that they're attracted to, but let it be a dude that's trying.
I get it now. He's saying the people making bad decisions are women who are picking the wrong men, and then because they're picking the wrong men, they're blaming essentially like savvy guy for that.
Let it be a dude that has his own place, car, or let it be a dude that's at least trying to get himself together. He's at least putting forth effort. He's doing something. He's productive. Oh no, they'll make up all the excuses in the world to reject a guy that they don't find attractive, but they'll make all the excuses in the world to deal with a man that they do find attractive. This is crazy here. And I used to always want to believe that as a man, you got to have money and you got to have material possessions in order for a woman to want to invest her time in you. But that's not.
That kind of reminds me of Radio Foreman yesterday talking to Ben and Grace, where he was like all hot in the chat and like, I'm going to come in there and I'm going to tear you guys apart. And then when he got in there, you could tell he just went into like, I'm a fan mode. And he was like, I really love you guys.
Not true. Because if a woman is attracted to you, you don't got to have nothing. And I'm seeing it more and more. Like a lot of these news stories that I cover, I see it more and more with these women.
He loves to share news stories where like a woman is hurt or killed because she like dated an ex-con or an escaped prisoner or like a guy that had a bunch of baby mamas. He loves sharing those kind of news stories.
And like, if they're attracted to a guy, he could be unemployed, don't have nothing going for him, not trying to do anything. It's crazy. But that just go to show you how the mind of a woman works. Women will invest all their time in a man that they're attracted to, and they'll make up excuses.
And then I don't really think Jeremy knew how to move forward once he was like, so you want Grace to just be a whore? And Ben's like, absolutely.
I see the potential for what he could be. They'll make up all these excuses when it's a guy.
I'm going to clip it just in case, because I think those segments were really funny.
That they're just head over heels for.
Black Socrates.
But let it be a dude that's at least trying to do something with himself. He's productive. He's doing what he got to do. These women will make.
That is one, I think that's one of his underrated phrases he always goes back to. That, and if I knew that in my 20s.
Make up all the excuses in the world to not deal with this man, to not give this man a chance. And I just find it to be very.
My absolute favorite, though, is whenever he goes, I was just arguing with my mother today about this.
Wicked and evil. And people are going to.
Wicked and evil, sick and evil.
Go for who they're attracted to. But the thing is, with these women, you can't make bad choices time and time again and want to just blame men for it. Because
That's definitely true. I get like I get an inordinate amount of black pill stuff, and I don't really watch anybody in that sector except for Savvy Guy.
I had to realize that as a man, if a woman finds you attractive, you could be a bum, you could have nothing going for you. And a woman will allow you to live in her home. They'll take care of you. They'll support you. They'll give you everything you want and need.
Oh, Savvy Guy podcast would be great. Just like 3 straight hours of Savvy Guy.
There are guys who get out of prison and they have multiple women.
I'll try to get on there. I want to be on Savvy Guy's podcast.
Homes that they can go over to stay. And these women will take care of them and give these men everything they want and need.
True.
So what I had to understand is if a woman is attracted to you as a man, you don't got to have nothing going for you. See, I always wanted to believe you got to trick off and you got to take a woman to Nordstrom and you got to take a woman to Neiman Marcus.
Oh boy, you got to sign the documents with a Mont Blanc pen.
And Saks Fifth Avenue. And no, if a woman is attracted to you as a man, you don't got to have nothing. Nothing. And you got plenty women out here, they will go over and beyond for a man that they desire. Matter of fact, if a woman is attracted to a guy, she'll go to Neiman Marcus and Saks and buy him stuff. She'll go to Bloomingdale's. She'll go to Bergdorf Goodman and buy him stuff because she's attracted to him. So what I had to understand, and I know a lot of guys are understanding this, if a woman desire you, if they attracted to you, you ain't got to have nothing. But a lot of these women, they always, the issue here is they never take accountability for this stuff, though.
What's up, Story Weaver
They
Steve?
never take accountability for investing, you know, in bad men.
Wouldn't you love to see the security camera footage from Dick's Sporting Goods of like the distant shot of Savvy Guy just pacing in the parking lot recording this video?
But the thing is, it's not the fact that the dude is a bad guy. They just find him attractive. But I just wish that women could start taking some accountability here. Like, you invested in that man because you found him attractive. You found him to be sexy. He was the one that got you wet in your panties. So that's why you invested in him. And it's funny how a lot of these women, they'll always bash men and attack men and say that men are no good. But look at the man that they investing in. They always investing in the same type of dude.
Bum.
They always investing in a dude that they know is no good. But see, this is the thing that women will never admit. They'll never admit that, oh, I just choose men based on looks. I'm waiting for the day.
I couldn't hang out with Savvy Guy because just being around him like cracks me up.
When women will start admitting that they only choose men based on looks. I don't choose men based on nothing else. It don't got nothing to do with personality. It don't have nothing to do with nothing else. As long as he look good. He could be broke. He could have no career. He could have no plans for the future. As long as he look good and he supplies some good sex. Because that's all these women.
If you look like Tom Selleck, you can get a trad wife to wash your dirty underwear in a hotel bathtub.
Women care about. But the thing is, they won't be honest about it. And that's one thing I notice about women too. Women are very disingenuous. They'll never be honest about this type of stuff. I'm just waiting for the day to where they'll start taking accountability for their actions and being honest about this type of stuff.
Savvy Guy's waiting for the day that women collectively will finally just admit that if you get the pussy wet, that's the easy road. Just admit it, that's all. No reparations. Well, he wants reparations as well. He wants Trump to sign an executive order for the Involuntary Foundation for guys who can't get boxed so that they can have a few bucks to go on a vacation or, play video games, whatever.
Admit that you choose men based on what they look like And if a dude looks good to you, he could be broke. He could have no plans for the future. He could play PlayStation 5 all day, smoke blunts, and you don't care. I'm waiting for the day when women will just admit this stuff, because it's getting...
You can just sit around playing video games and smoking blunts.
Oh, where women just say, you know, they like to blame men, and, you know, they like to paint men to be these bad people. But it's like, where's the accountability here? Like, you're choosing men based on looks. This is the issue. Women are choosing men based on looks. They're not choosing dudes based on personality, character, none of that stuff. They're going off looks. And I'm just waiting for the day where women will start just admitting it. Yeah, I choose dudes based on looks. I don't care if a dude is a career criminal. I don't care if he has no career. I don't care if he's broke, long as he look good and he can sex me up real good. I'm waiting for the day when women will admit this. See, as a man, one thing I had to understand...
What a video this is.
There are some men who got to have resources in order for a woman to invest in them. And I feel as a man, if you got to have resources in order for a woman to invest in you, that just means women just don't find you physically attractive. That's what that means. Because there are plenty of bums out here, plenty of guys out here that women like, women find them attractive. They don't have nothing going for themselves. They don't have no plans for the future, but a woman will gladly invest in these men and take care of these sorry men. I just want women to just admit it, because it's time to start taking accountability for bad decisions. I feel, you know, you can't just make bad choices your whole life and blame other people for them. There comes a point where you have to be an adult, you got to woman up, and you have to take accountability for these bad decisions. You can't just go through life making bad decisions and wanting to blame the world for those bad decisions. And that's what women do all the time. They make all these bad selections in men and then want to hold all men accountable. No, you're just choosing men based on looks. It's all about looks. That's the one thing Baraka McCrae used to always say. Women choose men based on looks. I used to think women choose men based on being a gangster. I used to think, okay.
What? He used to think that women liked guys based off of, like, that was the best thing you could be, was gangsta?
A woman choose to be with a dude based on if he's a gangster or not. But no. A woman don't care about a dude being a gangster. You got to look good. That's all they care about. I mean, Jeremy Meeks proves it, that it's all about looks.
Now, see, now he's bringing in, he's going to do his citations on his sources.
But I just feel women should just start taking accountability for this kind of stuff. You can't keep making these bad decisions and blaming all men for your bad choices. It's time to woman up, ladies. It's time to woman up.
True.
You know, it's time to take accountability for these bad decisions.
Well, we know for sure that he argues with his mom and that he got into it with the women at church. They didn't want to hook up with him, so he stopped being a Christian. Here we go. What creates a positive mindset?
What's going on, guys? Happy Monday. How you guys doing? In this presentation here, guys, I want to talk to you guys about having a positive mind. Something I was just thinking about, guys. A positive mindset is cultivated by a positive life. You can't have a positive mindset unless you have a positive life. I mean, you know, if your experiences in life are negative, if you experience a lot of challenges,
I'll pull one up after this one. It's a short video.
In life, if you experience a lot of adversity in life, and I'm not saying that life is going to be perfect. Don't get me wrong. No one's life is perfect, but I'm just here to tell you guys that people talk about having a
Savvy's saying that looks are basically the mythic level trait to have. That no other trait is as good to have, and that if you have that one trait, it's like a golden pathway to the pussy and getting carried through life, right? But you can, those men are celebrated. The women that get the pussy wet are celebrated. Then there's a tier of men under them that have money or fame or power, or, you know, they're an athlete, whatever. Those men get pussy, but they're only tolerated, according to Savvy Guy. And then beneath that then are the people like Savvy Guy and the people who watch Savvy Guy videos. You know, that's the bottom dwellers of society, according to Savvy Guy, not according to me. Just in case. Yeah, but that's how he sees it.
Positive mindset versus a negative mindset. You know what? A positive mindset is cultivated by a positive life. You got to first have a positive life. You know, everybody don't live a positive.
I can see why this is a short video. This is it's a new video, but the thought is one he expressed in a video in the exact same theme.
Life. And as long as you know, if your bad days outweigh,
I do quote I do use a lot of Savvy Guy quotes in my like everyday life.
Your good days, I'm here to tell you, you got a reason to complain. There was a gospel song, guys, and I don't know if you guys,
especially buy the box, pay for box, but just box in general has become a real hot term, a real hotly rising term in my vocabulary.
Has ever heard this gospel song? They say, long as my good days outweigh the bad days, I won't complain. Well, if your bad days outweigh the good, you got a reason.
No, it's not just about getting laid, distinction. It's not just that. It's that if you are good looking, if you can get the pussy wet, you don't just get laid, you get everything. You get the keys to the kingdom. He wouldn't care if it was just about purely sexual access. He wants what goes along with it, which are the second chances and getting forgiven and not being held accountable for anything that he sees as going along with. He thinks if you're good looking, basically it's like plot armor for your entire life.
To complain. And a lot of people, they always talk about having a positive mindset, having an optimistic mindset. Well,
how are you going to have a positive outlook when all you've experienced is misery? How are you going to be excited about life when all that's happened to you is you got your ass kicked? That's foolishness.
Be an optimistic person, you got to have an optimistic life. See, there are some people, they haven't had an optimistic life. They've had a pessimistic life. They've had a lot of bad things happen to them. So there's no way you can have a positive mindset if your life hasn't been.
No, he supports paying for the box. In fact, the video that first got recommended to me was literally titled, "At What Age Should Men Start Buying the Box?" And it was a story about him saying that men in general would be better off if they were just told early on, like, look, bro, the women aren't after you, you know, you're ugly, it's over for you. It's time for you to just buy the box. Like, that was his advice to people.
And positive. A lot of people say things, but they don't really think about what they're saying when they say them. It's all about what you go through in life. And, you know, people who've been bullied a lot in life, people who've been discriminated against, people who just been treated bad in life. These are people who have a reason to complain. Don't let.
I wrote an entire Savvy Guy presentation during the Foot Girl thing about how seeking vengeance against ungodly women is foolishness.
Let people silence you, because as a man, people will always try to silence you and tell you, be quiet, man up. Don't talk about your issues. Don't talk about.
Yes, it was distinction. That was very awkward.
Your challenges. it's good to have open dialogue. That's one thing they'll tell you in therapy. It's good to have open dialogue. But I say this, going to therapy, going to mental health professionals, that's not going to help you, because those people, all they care about is a check. You know, they pay to sit in the office and to tell you some garbage about your life. Yeah, they getting paid to sit, saying goodbye to one of my automotive teammates. Yeah, these people are paid, man. These people are getting paid to tell you some garbage. So I wouldn't recommend therapy, guys. Always use your brain and always use discretion, guys, when it comes to life, when it comes to people. And always consider the source. That's one thing my dad's buddy always told me. Consider the source. When you talking to people,
It's always somebody, right? Sometimes it's his dad, sometimes it's his mom. Do you think that's just a part of like what he's adopted from like the idea that an audience will connect more with what you're saying if you can somehow make it like personal? So instead of just saying what he wants to say, he's like, that's something my dad's buddy always told me.
if they haven't experienced what you've experienced, if they haven't been through the things you've been through, disregard anything they got to say. Don't pay them no mind. Write them off. Just delete them from your database. Don't deal with them. A lot of people like to tell people you got to be positive. Well, you can't be positive if your life hasn't been positive. And when people say, oh, you just got to be positive, you got to be optimistic, that's gaslighting material, because how you going to be positive when your life been negative? I mean, it just doesn't make any sense. A lot of people have experienced more negative than good in their life. That's why it's so important in life to have an equal balance. But unfortunately,
equal balance
in life, not everybody has an equal balance. Some people have more negative than good. And when you a person who's had more negative than good, that's going to create what you call an unequal balance. So,
an unequal balance.
This is just something people need to just take notes on. Like, a person can't be positive and optimistic when things in their life has been negative, when they've endured a lot of hardships, when they've had so many bad things happen to them. This is why it baffles me how people want to say, oh, you got to be positive. You got to have an optimistic mindset. That's easier said than done. You got to have the right experiences in life. Confidence, self-esteem, a positive mindset, all of that's cultivated by the right experiences. You got to have the right experiences in life. Too many bad experiences create a negative mindset. So don't.
Do you remember when he was talking about kind of like it's kind of related to this, but he was telling people who would not accept reality in this way of being like toxically positive, that he was like, how you going to tell me your life is going so great and so wonderful when you eating out of the garbage?
Don't let people gaslight you into this BS about, oh, you just got to be positive. You got to be optimistic. Screw all that. Screw all that, guys.
Yes.
But you guys have a great day.
Whoa.
Screw all that.
Yes.
Screw all that, guys.
Amazing.
But you guys have a great day.
Oh my gosh, what an amazing end. People will tell you you need positivity and don't be so negative, but screw all that. Here we go. Trusting people is the worst thing you can do.
Happy Saturday, guys. Hope everybody's doing okay today. Hope everybody's doing okay. I got a good presentation for you guys today.
Here we go.
I know this is going to be a good topic right here, what I'm going to talk about with you guys.
Black Dr. Zoidberg.
I'm going to tell you guys so you guys can know, because this ain't no lie what I'm about to talk about right now, guys. I'm about to cross the street right quick. This is something that I wish I would have known, guys, in my younger days.
Spicoli.
But you know, you live and you learn. You know, you live and you learn, guys. You live and you learn. Trusting people is one of the worst things that you can do. I feel this would be a very good topic to talk on right quick. Trusting someone is the worst thing you could do, guys, because take it from experience, guys. I've trusted people in my life and it backfired on me. I ended up in a real bad situation. I ended up getting done wrong, getting hurt. It ain't good to trust people because it'll backfire on you trusting people. And I used to want to believe that people have love for you, that people want to see you prosper, that people have
He ain't living or learning.
good intentions, that people
Hey, what's
are
up, Joe?
good. I always wanted to believe that people are good. Believing that people are good, that'll cause you to get your feelings hurt. People are not good, and I'm here to tell you.
Absolutely.
Don't go through life trusting people. Don't go through life thinking that people have your best interest.
Don't go through life trusting people.
Don't go through life thinking that people love you. Don't go through life thinking that people care for you, not even your own family, because you'll realize real quick, that not even your own family care for you. They don't have no love for you
He must have had a fight with his mom.
either. So I'm just here to tell you guys, trusting people is one of the worst things you can do. Being trusting of people, thinking that people have good intentions, thinking that people got love for you. That kind of mindset right there gonna cause you to get your feelings hurt.
In this one.
And it's gonna cause you to get taken advantage of and done wrong by people. People do not have good intentions.
Man, Jimmy and Savvy Guy both are just like fire content.
And I'm here to tell you guys from experience, don't trust nobody. Don't even trust your own parents. It depends on what kind of parents you have. Now, if you have a parent that's telling you the truth and they trying to help you, then that's a person you need to listen to. But I'm here to tell you guys, don't go through life trusting people, thinking that people have good intentions, thinking that people love you, thinking that people want to see you win, thinking that people want to see you reach the top of that mountain peak, because I'm here to tell you, they don't. And the quicker you learn not to trust people,
See, this is what happened to me. I trusted Foot Girl, and my only motivation was to help elevate her as a creator, push her up to Grace so that Grace could disperse her to the larger community. But I trusted her, and look what happened. I got done wrong.
it'll save you a lot of heartache and pain. And it'll save you
But seeking vengeance on ungodly women is foolishness.
from getting hurt, because going through life trusting people and thinking that people have love for you and thinking that people want to see you prosper and do well, that's going to cause you to get your feelings hurt, and it's going to cause you to get taken advantage of. And trusting people can get you eliminated as well. Going through life trusting people, thinking that people have good intentions, having that kind of mindset and that kind of attitude, it could cause you to get your feelings hurt. It could cause you to get deleted, erased off the map. Because people, their hearts are not good. The heart of man is evil. And that's what you got to get through your dome. The heart of man is evil.
Wow.
I learned the hard way. Don't trust nobody.
DTA.
Don't trust no one. If I had any word of advice to give to my younger self, if I had any word of advice to give to any young dudes, any
Don't
young people in
trust
general, don't
anybody.
trust nobody. Because
DTM.
going through life being very trusting of people, it can cause you to get hurt. It can cause you to lose your life, in all honesty. So that's why I had to learn, stop being trusting of people. Stop thinking that people are good and that people have good hearts. People are evil. And once you get through your dome that the nature of mankind is evil, it'll save you a lot of heartache and pain. And that's what I had to understand about human nature and people. People are evil. They are evil. Goodness does not live within people. It does not. That's what I had to get through my head. Goodness does not live within people. If I was a parent, that's one thing
Savvy Guy says good doesn't live within people. That's just because he hasn't met Jimmy.
I would teach my children. Goodness does not live in people. There is no goodness in this world. There is no goodness in this world.
Hey, Randy.
You make it
This is when you want to demotivate your sales staff.
lucky, and you may find a small percentage of people that may be inherently good.
Not for me.
But I would say it's best to be on the defense, because being on the defense is way better than being on the offense. That way you won't get yourself hurt and you won't get yourself erased off this map. Trusting people is one of the worst things that anybody can do. And I advise anyone, don't trust nobody. I had to understand you can't even trust your own family. Your own family could low-key, well, I'm not going to say low-key, your own family could despise you. Your own family could despise you. That's what I had to get through my head. A lot of people want to believe that their family love them and that their family care about them, that their family want to see them do well. Your family could secretly despise you, especially if they think you're unattractive.
Uh-oh, is Savvy Guy A-logging the Thorpes?
Especially if they know you're not a desirable man.
Oh, no.
They could secretly despise you. So what you got to understand here, don't trust nobody.
Don't trust nobody.
Don't think that no one has a good heart. Don't think that no one has good intentions, because that was a big downfall of mine, and it got me hurt a lot in life, which is why I don't trust nobody. I don't trust nobody. The best thing for you to do is build you, elevate you, invest in you. And if you happen to meet some good people along the way that really want to invest in you and see you prosper, hold on to those people, because you'll...
I mean, I think to a degree, yes, he is right. But he really like amplifies what I think is a small percentage of truth into like a wall of this is the only truth. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's all 100% with him. He's not like, hey, being good looking gets you a huge advantage. He's like, you know, being good looking is the end. Like, that's it. Then you're set for life. Like, if he would bend a little bit on some of this stuff, I think he wouldn't come off as so like over the top. But maybe that's that's his part of his appeal to me. So I hope he remains steadfast in his beliefs.
Never ever meet people like that again in your life. That's the honest truth. So don't trust nobody. Don't go out of your way to deal with people. Don't do it. And because I'm speaking from experience, this was one of my biggest downfalls in my life. I went through life. I used to think, especially in my younger days, I used to think that people are good-hearted and that people want to see you prosper and that people want to see you do well in life. People could seriously want to see you perish. That's what you got to remember, and that's what I had to get through my dome. People could want to see you perish. That's why I had to learn in life, it's better to be selfish in this world. Do what you got to do to elevate yourself, Do what you got to do to make yourself prosper, and don't worry about other people. Because people are not to be trusted.
Man, imagine when he's going to be delivering these promos live at Fusion Studios. He also kind of looks like a priest here, which makes the presentation even funnier.
People do not want to see you be successful. People do not care about you. People do not love you. That's what a buddy of mine kept trying to get through my head as well, that I talk to on a regular basis.
A buddy.
People do not love you. See, this is something that children need to be taught as kids. The world does not love you. This is something that children need to be taught. They need to be taught this before they become teenagers, and definitely before they become adults. The people do not love you.
We are living in an absolute golden age of content.
And you don't need to trust nobody in this world. The only person you need to trust, yourself. Trust yourself.
989 Studios, that's what he always says. He's like, if I would have only known this in my 20s, or what I didn't know when I was in my 20s.
Because you can't hurt yourself and you can't disappoint yourself. So if you're going to trust anybody, trust yourself. But don't trust nobody. Because that's one of the worst mistakes that anybody can make in life, is going through life trusting people and thinking that people have your best interests and thinking that people love you. The world does not love you, and people don't love you. So the sooner you realize that, soon as you realize and
the world doesn't love you, people don't love you. Sooner you get that through your dome.
Get through your dome, that the world don't love you, people don't love you, it'll save you a lot of heartache and pain. It'll save you from getting your feelings hurt. And it'll save your life. It'll save you from getting deleted by somebody out here in this world.
Wow.
So don't trust nobody.
Hold on. We should make note of this. This is kind of unique language, isn't it? Have we heard Savvy Guy talking about like deletions and what did he call it earlier? Getting erased? And he's always looking over his shoulder. He's always like kind of, a little bit paranoid, a little bit jumpy. Should we read into this as viewers that is there something to the increasingly erratic head movements tied in with now the use of words like you have to be careful or you could get deleted out here? That's kind of wild.
Just always remember, the nature of mankind is evil.
With the priest collar, it's so good.
Always keep that in your head. The nature of human beings is evil. People are evil. The creator is evil too. God didn't.
Oh yeah, I remember. See, this is so good. He tied it directly back in. He literally made a video called "The Creator is Evil," and we watched it. Remember, he was like a big time victim of God in it.
So you got to remember that too. You guys leave your comments. Let me know what you think about this. Don't trust no one.
What an amazing video. Wow, I feel like that was like I feel like Savvy Guy was speaking specifically to me and he was giving me this code. Is this what a parasocial relationship feels like? I finally have one. I have a parasocial relationship with Savvy Guy. Wow, what a wild vibe that these videos have been. So I'm going to take it easy though. Let's take the vibe down a few notches. We have a new video from Angela Aquara, who was embarrassed because I guess a homeless guy saw her, and either the way she looked or her behavior led him to believe that she needed the money more than he did, apparently.
Hello, and welcome back to Da Potty, the podcast where I'm very confused. I'm assuming most of you guys see the title. If you just somehow ended up here without seeing the title and you're driving or something, it says, "A homeless man gave me money," because he did. So, yeah, there's a lot to unpack here for me. I'm still unpacking it. It happened.
No, but oh my God, you would not believe the videos that late. You know what? Fuck it. After we watch the Angela Aquara video, we should have time. Let's watch a couple of those. I got a lot to say on that front.
Earlier today, and I haven't stopped thinking about it. And I don't know if I ever will, and I think it changed my life. So, welcome. I am in California, and if you've been keeping up with my journey, I talked about this. This has been a goal of mine for like a long time, and I finally made it.
Hold on.
I was scared that my van...
Hold on. Just because Angela Aquara was originally part of the Grace Placement show to see if she could be a Grace Placement doesn't mean that she did in fact Grace place Grace. She's grown into her own unique area in the Fusion Studios garden.
And wouldn't make it, but we made it, and we're here. There's been so many things that have happened.
They're pretty rare, honestly. She very rarely posts very often anymore. What's up, Laughing Cedar? I don't know how tall Angela Aquara is.
But this is feeling like the most present for me to share, because it's just such a mindfuck paradigm shift thing that happened. It's a lot for me to wrap my brain around. So let me set the scene for you. Well, my day starts out with, I forget to empty my gray water tank, and it's been the first time that I had it full and didn't realize it was full, so it overflowed and it got everywhere. That was fun. So I had to clean that up. I was like, oh my God, don't reach my battery. I don't need wet batteries and then a wet fridge and broken things. So I had to deal with that this morning. And then I went and got...
We're getting an RV tank story. Doesn't this just warm your heart?
A coffee. And then I was like, okay, well, I'm going to wash my clothes now because they're full of gray water. Because I keep my clothes back here, which helped protect it from the fridge. So I'm grateful. But yeah, so I had a big day of tasks to do. And I was like, and I'm out of water, but I'm definitely not out of gray water. So I went to Safeway. And I was going to go for something else. I was going to go for laundry detergent. But then
I think Angela, I'm not making any assumptions here, but it seems to me like Angela has a pretty solid support system in her life from the issues that have come up that I've seen that she's talked about. It seems like she's got, she wouldn't be in a position to rely on OPC.
I saw that they had a water machine, so I just went outside and I filled up my water that was empty. And that's when I walked up and I saw the homeless man sitting outside the Safeway. I might have made eye contact, but it was kind of far away for me to really notice that. So I just went about...
They're actually doing the scale thing. I remember for a while he was going to make her weigh in every time she got in and out of the RV for some reason.
My business, and started filling up the water. I didn't have quarters because I used up all my quarters for parking and didn't really think about that when I did it at the time. But yeah, so I didn't have quarters, so I was just going to use nickels and dimes and whatever I had left. So I was scraping through, getting just enough change. I had to do 50 cents at a time, so I'd do 50 cents of nickels and dimes. And I did 2 gallons, and then I was like, oh shit, there's mostly pennies in here, and it doesn't take pennies. So I was like, I was just kind of scrounging. And I was trying to count and see if I had enough for 1 more gallon. Otherwise, I was just going to use my card. It's okay. It's all good. And then the homeless man is like, do you need some quarters? And I was like, no, it's okay. I'm good. I can use my card. And he was just started coming over, and I don't know if he really listened to me or heard it. He just started putting in the quarters. He's like, how much do you need? And I was like, well, this is probably good. And then he was like, no, there's more to fill. And then he started putting in more. It was getting to the point where I'm like, dude,
why does everybody think she looks like Grace? She's on a different arc now. We watched some of her party time content when she was younger. Now she's on kind of a personal, a spiritual, what do they call it? A vision quest.
I have enough water, I swear. And some of them went through the coin return thing. And then he put the rest into my purse. This was all him insisting. And
Just because she looks this way and is a YouTuber inside of a Mercedes Sprinter van, that's just all coincidences.
yeah. And then a lady saw like everything that went down and she gave him money and he was like, it just keeps coming in. And I was like, fuck yeah, it is, dude. Like, oh my God. So that was a huge paradigm shift. And yeah, like we talked a little bit and yeah, that was that. That has really fucked with my mind all day. And it's brought a lot of insights to me. A few of them directly related to this have been, there's been a lot of times where I'm like running on zero in money and I see like, you know, homeless people begging or, you know, homeless people on the street. And I'm like, okay, same here, buddy. I'm just slightly more privileged with this car, but it's like not much
Oh,
better
how
of a
embarrassing.
situation.
You can
And
see
now
my
I
other
don't have that
comment.
excuse, you know? I've had a couple experiences where like I had people begging, coming up to me for money and learning either that it's this guy that scams people for gas money. And then there was another time where I gave it to this girl and she was like, do you have more? And I was like, excuse me, like be grateful for what I gave you. Like, what the fuck? So I've had a couple experiences like that. I've not really thought about it until now, but I had a bad taste in my mouth and I've not been as willing as other people are to like give them money because of my experiences that I've had. But it's really shown me that, okay, yes, there is a population of tweakers and other people, but there's also this other population of people that
I'm not saying this as a, in case she watches it, as a criticism, but I do think every once in a while you can pick up on like just a little bit of condescension in how she talks about some people. And I think that kind of leads me to think too that she might, even I was saying she came from like her parents are millionaires, but you know what I mean? Like from a well-to-do family.
are like just real, genuine human beings. Like the guy today, like if I saw him again, I want to be friends with him. He was a genuine, kind-hearted person. He was a human being. At the end of the day, human being. And yeah, it changed my mind on that level because I feel like me and other people in society have been like, okay, there's the homeless population and then there's like normal people, you know, normal civilization. This kind of blended
Normal
them for me
people.
where I'm like, I'm going to be more mindful of that. I'm going to be more mindful that there is like real ass genuine people who are just in unfortunate situations. You
Jimmy.
know, that could be my friend, that could be this, that could be
What if it
that.
was Jimmy?
And it got me thinking on, you know, if a normal person gave me extra quarters, I would be like, ah, thanks, you know, whatever. But it was like a homeless person. It was a homeless person that gave me money. Like, what?
What?
So I've just thought about that all day, and it's just like, you know, highlights the places where I've been greedy. There's also been times where it's like I've given money even though I've been like really fucking down, and other people that I gave it to may have
Hey, listen, Joe Shabatoni. Just because I'm out there spreading positivity to people, don't be shitting on me.
not known that. And I feel like there's no excuse, you know, if you have
And this comment was for the chat. The praying hands emoji, that was from me.
a little bit extra change and you see someone
That
genuinely
was
needs it
personal.
or something, like we can give that. But it was an interesting paradigm shift. And it really highlighted to me too where
I walked up to this woman and I said, "Do you need some help or some quarters?" She looked at me and realized that I didn't make her pussy wet, so she told me, "It's over for you." She wouldn't even take my quarters. She thought I was a homeless man. See, this is what I'm always saying. Don't trust nobody.
a lot of times people who have either been homeless or are homeless impact me significantly more than normal people. I had this coworker that used to be homeless and used to live in homeless shelters, would hitchhike and all those things. He saw my van and he said, "Oh my God, this is so cool." And I felt it. I was like, you know what? You're right. This is super cool. I'm super fucking
Hell yeah.
lucky and all the things. Most of the time when people say, oh, that's so cool, it's like people who live in houses who don't understand the ins and outs of this experience. Sometimes I'm thinking about where am I going to empty my piss jug? Or I'm going to have to
Perfect. Perfect synchronicity.
To think a little bit extra about where am I going to go to just sit on my phone and do nothing. There's just so much thought that goes into so many things. And it's just like people
See, praying hands emoji justified.
who live in houses and have never experienced anything like this don't understand. Where I'm like, it's hard for me to say thank you because they don't see the whole picture. They see like what's posted online, like the cool national park videos and all those cool views, and that's the only thing that they're
Well, she's like she has the entirety of her thing is like all decorated and, decked out, like personalized and shit.
thinking about. But when my coworker who has been homeless like saw my van and said that was cool, it meant a lot more to me, and it made me so grateful for what I do have. And
What an angel.
yeah, so that was interesting for me to reflect
Armchair
on.
enlightenment.
So I guess I'll get into my California life update.
I'm telling you, Angela Aquara is Kino. I actually like this like self-enlightenment arc that she's on. It's not as like it's not as over the top as some of her old content, but I think it's gonna build. It's gonna really go to some interesting places.
And like some lessons I've learned so far as well. I've been on sloth vibes to the max lately. In my last
Sloth vibes.
podcast, I was kind of super like focused on meeting
That's my favorite vibe.
new people and whatever. And I had this moment
Me and Angela Aquara just sloth vibing.
of being like, I'm tired of planning out every single day.
Yes.
And the other day, I just parked somewhere and I sat on my phone, actually just FaceTime my friend for hours, and I did nothing. And it felt great because I had to realize that this is my life now. And I always felt like I needed to be doing something. Like, oh, I'm in this new town. I need to do something. I'm doing this and doing that. I need to explore. I need to whatever. And I realized I don't want to. I want to do
Man, wouldn't it be amazing? You get high with Angela Aquara and then introduce her to Ruby SpaceX videos.
nothing. And I will get super burnt
I think Angela and Ruby would be a really good like match. I think Angela Aquara as a lol angel is a can't miss.
out because this is my life now. This isn't a road trip. Like, I need to have days where I do not shit. And I've been kind of in this not shit vibe. I went to an ecstatic dance in the city that I'm now in, which is a different city.
I'm in a no shit vibe. What?
Trip. Like, I need to have days where I do not shit. And I've been kind of in this not shit vibe. I went to an ecstatic dance in the city that I'm now in, which is a different city than I was in before. Surprise, surprise. And at the other one,
It would be very interesting to see how that dynamic would play out, because if Grace leaned into it and accepted it, if she were to open herself to Angela, they, I think, would really vibe really positively. But also, I think the self-enlightenment stuff and her positivity might really like set off Grace, and then I think Grace might bring the like ghetto Angela out.
and I was like kind of putting pressure on myself to meet new people and whatever. And this city, they felt way more open.
Yeah, her voice is definitely soothing. It's another example, like most of the people that I always go back to have that same like ASMR yap ability.
And like that aesthetic dance was super connective. Like, it was a group experience. It was really nice. And if I wanted to, I probably could have made friends. I don't know. It's a whole thing for me to like want to step into. And I didn't really feel like I wanted to. These people seem cool, but like as long as I'm getting social interaction, I'm like good. You know, like I did things that were uncomfortable. I danced in a cipher. I've never done that before. I was like scared that they were going to have us freestyling. And I was like, bro, I am not prepared to freestyle like vocal wise in front of a bunch of different people. I was like, oh my God, no. But she was like, cipher is in like a dance cipher where like you stand in the middle of a group of people and you dance while everyone watches you. So I did that. I did a bunch of uncomfortable things, and I had a little emotional moment on the dance floor where I was just looking around and I'm like, all these beautiful human beings. With this lifestyle, you are constantly saying hello and goodbye. And that's not something that I've experienced with this before. Like before, I was living in one town, one city, getting to know all my friends deeper. And to now it's like I'm out here like to travel, I'm out here to explore, and there's kind of this lack of depth that gets to happen with.
Hey, Bob Brown. Since we have this like nice, calm, chill Angela video, do you want to follow this up and watch the one where she does a dildo review?
The cities or the people, but that's also up to me. I could choose to stay and like get to know them and whatever, and I have done that in certain ways, but towards the end of the dance I was just
Yeah, that's the other thing about the if she paneled up with Grace is that the nose ring I think would immediately like set off Grace's trad armor, and that would really upset her.
looking around and just really registering how this is just like a moment in time that is going to pass. I will probably never see these people again. And it was kind of like this existential thing, because it's like life is always like that. Like this moment that you're living in, you'll never.
I don't know. That's something that kind of is fascinating to me because she is like, I think the potential is there for that, but I don't really know how she could bring it out in the content that she's making now, because she's like in this her like astral projection phase.
Get it back. Like you're never going to get this exact moment back. But it was extra exaggerated for me because it's like I have this knowing that like I'm never going to see these people again. And so I just like looked around and just had so much.
Plus, let's be real, and I'm not casting any shade with this in any way whatsoever, but Joe Shabatoni, if he found out that they were going to collab, would 100% absolutely hit the pavement to like bury Angela to Grace in the chat for 100% for sure, to try to get Grace really like worked up.
Much gratitude for the room I was in, for the people that were there, and like how kind they were, and all the eye.
Grace said she's sick of the trad aesthetic. Wow. I did see that she said in the chat that she was willing to fuck Destiny to get clout.
Contact and smiles. And
oh, I'm sorry.
It felt really beautiful.
I don't want to misquote. I think she said that she never said that, because Ben was saying on the stream that Grace would never go along with something like that. But then Grace was in the chat saying, who said that I wouldn't go along with it, or who said that I never wanted to hook up with Destiny?
So I just had a moment of reflecting on that here. And I also got accepted finally to do work trade for.
Joe Shabatoni would be like, hey, Grace, thoughts on Thorpe Alert being silent while Angela Aquara's being featured to the moon?
This festival next weekend. So I'm not super in the.
Yeah, she lives in a Mercedes Sprinter van, I'm pretty sure.
It's like, I need to meet people vibration, because I'm like, okay, I know I'm going to meet people at this festival. Like, it's just going to happen. And then I found another festival that I'd like to volunteer at this other town my friend recommended to me. And that one seems like a full fuck yes.
You know, it's like my buddy told me, there's a festival down the road where you could get involved directly. But I'm not going because I don't trust anybody. I don't trust nobody.
And so I think I'm just in festival season where it's not as much about dancing and doing all that stuff, where it's more about going to these places where I know I'm going to meet people. Because festivals, in my opinion, are the easiest ways to meet new people and make new friends. And that is the whole reason why I have the friend group that I had in Colorado, is because I went to a festival by myself and met different people that became essential parts of my life. So I have this knowing that if I go to a festival, I'm going to make new friends. So I don't have all this pressure on myself anymore where I'm like, oh, I need to meet people. I need to meet people in this town, where I feel like it is easier to just know at least one person in a town that you're visiting, because they know people and they can introduce you to them, and it's less of an isolating experience. And it's also been beautiful to just like pop in and be like this mystery girl in the background, where it's like, okay, you're our age, you're our demographic, and you are in this locally known spot to be where the vibes.
Grace with a nose ring would absolutely, well, I mean, most people already view her as a heel, but like to me, that would be an official, like, that's her ditching the red and yellow and going full NWO if she gets a nose ring. I mean, that would be the ultimate. That's the immediate symbol that Grace Thorpe trad girl is no more.
Are, but not publicly known. You know what I'm saying? Like, not anybody knows about this thing, and you're here. Who are you? And I've kind of enjoyed just being that presence where people are like, where'd you come from? But they'll never ask it. But they're just like kind of looking at you like, who is the, what? And I kind of enjoy being
Is she sneak dissing my weed slowed reactions to her videos?
that little mystery for people. So basically, I don't have a bunch of pressure on myself because I know that I'm going to be meeting people at these festivals. And like I was saying, the festival is no longer about dancing. I don't mind working them because before it'd be like, oh, I don't want to work. I want to like have fun and do all these things. But now it's like, I'm so down to work just to be in an environment.
I think she could get away with a tongue ring. A nose ring is definitely like that's a no going back from point for a trad girl.
Like that's just pure math.
That's Joan of Arc being burned at the stake for a second time. I don't know who burnt the real Joan of Arc, but the reincarnation would be burned up by destiny, I guess, on his stake.
Logic and pure synchronistic moments. So I'm just like, I don't mind working it. Like, okay, like I'm gonna meet people. I'm gonna like be in this like really awesome space and really awesome energy, and that's my priority. So it's just like, if I was just going to have fun and fuck around, I would have been like, that's exhausting. Thinking about how if I did this festival I'm doing next weekend, after 2 weeks I'd be going to this other festival. For me, it's just like, oh, I have these different things that I'm gonna do that's gonna be opportunities to make new friends. I don't need to do the drugs. I don't need to stay up until the, well, I might stay up if I'm hanging with good people. I might do that. But it's just not about what it has been about for me in this scenario for going to festivals. It's not like getting so fucked and having so much fun. It's about stepping.
I think Grace Thorpe in the trad girl persona could get away with it. Yes, absolutely.
Outside my comfort zone, like it'll be easier for me to become an embodiment of this version of myself that I want to be, being more extroverted or starting conversations with people and like really keeping them going.
Okay, but here's the real question is, does the actress who plays Grace have a nose ring? Or do you have to leave it in all the time, or can you take it out anytime you want to? She may just take it out when she's on stream.
Yeah, it's just gonna
when she has to get into character.
be easier in an environment like that, and I know
What about
each
a clit
festival
ring?
is going to lead me to my next steps.
Well, the only person who would know, no, that wouldn't work because a trad girl wouldn't want to show her pussy to anybody else.
So, fuck it, we ball. You know what I'm saying? It feels nice to be in this relaxed energy because it felt good and it was very enlightening for me to be in that energy of wanting to meet people and being like, oh fuck, I don't have certain qualities naturally. I'm going to need to learn them. It was really impactful for me to learn that, but it was starting to feel exhausting to be like, oh, I constantly need to do this, this, and this. Because when you're living in a house, you don't need to constantly be putting yourself in uncomfortable situations. Like, I can rest a little bit, okay? Like, if I don't want to go out and meet new people, like I can just do my thing and do that for like a week or however long I want to do that before I go meet new people. For me, it's so easy to constantly live outside my comfort zone, being in this lifestyle, but I need to find ways to actually bring comfort. You know, like it'll be a problem if I'm sitting here not willing to meet new people. If it's been like 2-3 weeks, I'm like, oh, I don't want to go to that because I don't feel like doing this. I don't feel like meeting people, or I don't feel like going out. It'll be a problem if that's how it goes out. But if it's just like these short phases of being like, okay, I need to spend time with myself, because I feel like when I put myself in uncomfortable situations, it's easier for me to be hard on myself because I'm not acting in the way that I want to be acting if I'm trying to learn something new. So I feel like it's healthy for me to have these phases of being like, you know what, bitch, you stepped outside the comfort zone way harder than most people will ever in their entire life. You can chill the fuck out. Okay, you can just relax. You can watch a little Netflix. It's okay. So, yeah, that's where I'm at. I have a lot of things to look forward to, so I know I'm going to have a lot of stories to share. Mm-hmm. But that was my eventful day. What an uplifting close. She's got a lot of things to do. She's going to have a lot of stories to share. That was super impactful for me. It started out just like this complete mind fuck, and now it's starting to get more emotional, where I'm really grateful to have had that beautiful experience with the homeless human. I think we're all grateful to have had this beautiful experience. being today. And I'm looking forward to all the lessons and all the things I get to experience in the near future. And I thank you guys for being on this journey with me. It's been quite the journey. I don't know. I feel like some people can step into van life and it's like, you know, whatever. And for me, it's just been like, holy shit. It's been like this giant synchronistic machine of lessons, of facing off with all of the deepest, darkest parts of me I've been running away from, running straight into that by constantly being in the unknown. And it's been a really beautiful way to get to know myself and get to work on the parts of myself that I've been wanting to work on, because it's very present. So, yeah, thank you so much for being here. I hope you have a lovely night or day whenever you're watching or listening to this. And yeah, see you soon. Bye.
Wow, what an uplifting goodbye. All right, that's her newest video. She's only got 381 subscribers. Kind of, yeah, you design toilets? That's interesting. Let's see. I want to see, let's watch one of her older videos. Well, how do I get to see? Oh, here we go. Never mind. Yeah, I'm a big fan of Angela. She doesn't post a lot of content. Let's see. Here's her first vibrator review. This is an all-time Angela classic.
Well, like, I just...
This is rebrand, by the way.
Hi! Welcome to my channel! I'm gonna do a vibrator review.
What, are you you're trying to shame me for watching Angela Aquara videos? Come on, Joe.
Yes, I had to hide it in my closet because, like... Duh. So, one of my business mentors was like, girl, you need a fucking vibrator. And it was honestly the best business advice I've ever gotten in my life. So I went and got one.
OPC Don?
I went with Grace and we got matching vibrators. So cute. Gold.
She went with Grace and got matching vibrators.
So this is the first one I ever got. My thoughts were, I've been single for a really long time and my sex life has been pretty dead. I was super... I'm gonna close that. You need to see my closet, bitches? What kind of inspired me to finally get one was, first of all, a woman's body is so complex. It's so hard to figure out. And I just want to figure mine out. And I needed help because, like, it hurts. I can't do it. Sorry, I'm, like, home alone right now and I don't want anyone to come home and I'm just like, sex! You know what I'm saying? After a while, I'm like, dude, I can't do this. Like, I just start and I'm like, bro, like, no, this ain't it. It's not working. So I was like, I need help. I was looking on this girl's page and she was saying, you need to give love to yourself. That's what I'm all about. I'm like, you need to fill yourself up with love. Like, you cannot be looking for it in external sources because there's always going to be that void that only you can fill. You don't need someone else to make you happy. You have to make you happy because you're literally the only person that can truly make you happy. She was saying something along the lines of that, like, if you want love, give love to yourself. And then she said something like, if you want intimacy, give intimacy to yourself. And I was like, shit, girl, you're right. I was thinking, oh, I need someone for that. And I was like, wait. No, I don't. I can do this on my own. I'm gonna start doing what I want to myself. And, like, you can't expect no one else to love you if you don't love yourself, even. And I was like, I can't expect no one to fuck me the way I want if I don't know how to fully fuck myself the way I want. I want to get more in tune with my sexual side because sex to my parents is like all hell, like no fucking way. In high school, like, I could not talk to no boys. They didn't care about, like, drinking and shit like that, but they were like, nope. No, boys, you're done. No fucking way. I got so guilted and shamed. That's what's put in your brain. I feel like I want to be more comfortable with that part of myself that I feel like I've always shoved away. I want to bring that to the light and work on her and start to enjoy my life in a more sexual way. Yeah, this video is getting way deeper than I anticipated. I was just gonna say some stupid fucking shit about this fucking vibrator. Fuck, man. I need to get the cobwebs out of the coochie. It's time. It's time to, like, open her back up. She's back open for business. Just not when I'm ovulating. But yeah, I'll get into the review. So this is my first...
This is the video the algorithm gave me, and just being real, I don't think you could have. I think that there's almost like this is another like simulation thing for me.
This is my first ever vibrator. Pretty cool. It's not sponsored, obviously, because I'm a fucking virgin. It's multi-speed, it's waterproof, super powerful. Super powerful. Fluttering wings for clitoral stimulation. Clitoral. I'm gonna say that. Clitoral. Clitoral. Wait, is it actually clitoral? I've been calling it clitoral for so long as a joke. I feel like I actually think it's clitoral. Is it clitoral? No, it's clitoral. Oh. Wow. Wow. Okay. Fuck. And it curved for G-spot stimulation. When I was looking at them, I was like, I'm looking for something curved because that's the problem with my hand, is that it hurts when I go like that. So like, we need something else to fix that. It's cute. It's a little birdie. So I tried it out last night. I washed it, don't worry. Why would you be worried? It's not like you're touching it, but you might be. Really so funny.
You think I'm gooning to Angela Aquara? Come on, bro.
Okay, it's a birdie. It's a cute little birdie with a long tail. Yeah, this is what it looks like. It kind of looks like a claw machine game, you know, I've never once done that with a claw machine. It has 9 speeds. You ready? You ready for this? Let's see. Ooh. See. This is for the clit. This is also for the clit, but my clit doesn't, like, you know. It looks like it's for the labias more than anything. Whole thing is going at it. Ooh. Wow. Okay, then we can go up. Look at that! When Grace first started turning it on, I literally thought there was 2 things because he was going so fast.
When Grace first turned it on, she thought that she didn't know what was going on.
Okay, you ready for this one? Bro, I was like, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna live on the edge and I'm gonna go all the way to fucking 9th speed. And I kid you not, my legs just flew up. I was like, holy shit, that's too much, I can't do that. Bro, that was so intense. I was like, okay, Angie needs a break. But like, this is like the main thing, you know what I'm saying? Because the clit is everything. This is like nice to have stimulation down there because that's the one part that I can't fucking ever reach, so. 9th speed is intense, but like, man, that was, wow. Wow. But it's like, once you go from that speed all the way down, it's like, this to just like that. My review is probably not going to be as good as anyone else's because like this is my first time, so that's exciting. It was good. It was a good first one. For starting out, like I recommend it because it gets the G-spot and it gets the clit all at the same time. Like wow, great time.
Wow.
You're sitting there and you're like, wow, there's a bird on my vagina. Hi, welcome to my YouTube channel. I've always like been too focused on coming, so like when I was finished with this and I pulled it away, I was like, Angie done did it! I was so proud of myself. I did it. Are my cheeks turning red? They are. Yeah, like it was like 36, I think, with tax. It was good. There was like another one that looked just like it, but it was like $50, and I was like, I don't know the difference. But I was like, I'll just get the $30 one. I walked into the store, and the first ones I saw, they were like, okay, like $150 to $200, and I was like, oh, I didn't know they were that expensive, but it's okay because I'm rich as fuck. So yeah, I was like, well, I don't know what I like, so I'm just gonna get a more affordable one that seems like it's still a good time, you know? So it was a good time.
Fiscally responsible. Fiscally responsible.
I will be able to give you more in-depth detail. Give me a year or 2 and I'll be an expert on them. I'll have a whole collection. I'll have dildos hanging from my wall. Don't you worry. I'll give you
You want me to follow up on that?
a better review, I promise. But like, this is my first time using one, so it was a good time. I highly recommend getting one because like, what fucking dick is shaped like that? This is probably a rare find. What kind of dick has a fucking hummingbird beak sticking out to poke your clit while he's fucking you? You know, not a lot of dicks do that. But yeah, welcome to my journey of getting more intimate with myself. I'm self-sufficient in all ways now. I'm a boss-ass bitch who's getting the whole job done herself. I don't need no one. If you ever feel like you want a partner just for the reason of like, you wanna fuck, just get a vibrator. Or just fucking jerk off. It's fine. You can do it on your own. Like, you don't need that bitch. You know what you like. They don't know yet. And then if it's the other thing, if you're searching for love and you want love because you're feeling lonely, motherfucker, give that love to yourself. Just fill yourself up with love. It's all good. You don't need no one. You don't
True.
need no one, bitch. You can get your vibrator. You got your 2 fingers. You got your whole hand. Like, you're good. Be self-sufficient, babies. We only breed self-sufficient motherfuckers on Angie's YouTube, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, if you got any amount of value from this video, give me a thumbs up and subscribe to keep up and see more of me. Leave a comment down below. We can talk, we can chat, we can fuck. Just kidding, not fuck. I don't want to fuck. I'm good. But yeah, bye guys!
Wait, you think Angie's for the Gooners? Let's see if we can find a good drug one. I think we watched that one on a previous stream. Let's see what this one is.
What a nice night for a swim.
Oh! I'm so sad! I didn't mean to call it!
So how was it? How was your evening swim?
That was a 10 out of 10. I was feeling a little dry. I didn't have that wop, so now I have that wop. I was driving with my window down and a motherfucking wasp came in and landed right on my shoulder and I was like, ah, what the fuck? And then I fling it and then it lands on the other side of my arm and then it flies over the window, so I roll it down and now it's down in my car, but now I'm kind of scared. You thought it was special or some shit, could just fly right on into my motherfucking car and harass my shoulder like that. You don't see me just flying into a wasp nest just to land on top of a fucking wasp's shoulder. Like, what the fuck? Who does he think he is?
I was debating. Welcome to my channel.
Well, I think we might have watched this one, but it's still a good one.
We're doing fire shit.
It's your turn. It's your turn.
No, we're 5.
Dabs.
Wait, are we doing that?
Do dabs, kids. Don't judge me, I need to clean it. Meet Hannah Montana.
We got to like 22. Stop at 20.
Can we roll a joint?
Bring all my way to it. Keep saying you're gonna do it.
God damn it. Do you... Fuck! Ah! Hi, I'm Angie. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Do you ever just... I look like a fucking... I don't even look like a penis. I don't even know what to call this. Hey, bitch. Do you ever just randomly remember a time that's extremely embarrassing? There's some things that I've said to some people and some things that I've done where I'm like, son of a fucking bitch. Like, that is so goddamn embarrassing. And it's like, it's fine. It's fine. Because I'm just a goddamn big meme. My armpits feel wet because they're fucking bald. I'm really doing well. Don't fuck with me. Like, I swear to God, don't even fuck with me. Oh, I almost drove off the road. It's fine. It's honestly fine. I don't even care. Safety? Who is she? I'm gonna do a shot of this. What the fuck is it? Looks like it might taste good, actually. I got a like 100% ginger one. I don't know how that one's gonna taste. Whoa. Oh my God! That is hot! I was not expecting it to burn! What the fuck? Yo, I'm a motherfucking super taster! When I ate meat, pepperoni was spicy to me! Am I supposed to drink this whole fucking thing? What makes it spicy? It's the ginger. I was thinking when you have gingerbread cookies, they're not spicy, so I thought that ginger was not spicy. Holy shit. Am I gonna get drunk? This shit's fucked! What the fuck is this? You just gotta do it. You can't think about it. You just gotta jump. You know what I'm saying? Ah! I'm gonna need therapy. A lot of it. Catch me at the club just... Maybe you'll get a little... I pull those moves at the club all the time. The ladies and the men really love it, so I highly recommend trying that out if you really want to get laid that night. Very average sex, but like, you got it. It's kind of like shooting for a big goal, and then you get it, and you're like, you know, honestly, it's not as great as I thought it was gonna be. But it's okay, because you reached your goal, and now you know that it's just average sex, and that's fine. We can't all expect everyone to give their A game. Unfortunately, a lot of people don't even have A games.
Wow, we're getting some savvy guy type feedback here.
A lot of people don't know what they're doing. and that's fine. We all can't know.
Not every man have an A game. Some men out there, they ain't got no game. That's because game is a myth. I wish someone had told me in my 20s that game is a myth. It don't exist.
Know everything. Sometimes it takes some people a little bit longer to bloom. I gotta go.
What are we opening? Let's see. I wonder what it is.
Is that a toothbrush?
I'm like really uncomfortable. Feel
like
it.
that
It's really soft.
It's like a little fish.
Wait, but how does it work? Maybe if I read the instructions. Oh, figured it out. Okay. Got a little extra in there. That's for when you're in the back teeth.
Do you ever do a tarot or like an oracle reading and it's all like,
there's new love coming in for you. And it's like, how the fuck? I just sit in my basement.
goodbye!
Thank you for watching, you freaking sexy.
Wow. Okay, let me show you this person. Okay, now loading is the name of the channel. Hopefully I can find it. That's a really obscure shoot. Maybe as one thing. Now loading. Come on. Whoops. Oh, that's not going to work. Let's see. Hold on. Single mom Walmart haul. No. Hang on. I bet she'll come up in my algorithm. If not, we'll just grab a random person off my main feed. On the hunt for Dick. Trash Day Treasures. Get ready with me. Let's see. Come on. Come through for me. Who is this person? Lether Rock. Live at midnight. Come on, algorithm. I don't think they're going to give it to me. That's a really... Hold on. I thought it would come up with narcissist for sure. Let's see. Well, let's watch a Rich video. Oh, I know what I wanted to watch. I wanted to show you this clip of Slothy, the Mad King. Give me a second.
The Mad King.
All right, hang on. I gotta switch to full video. Is he gonna let me play it now? Hang on. So this guy Slothy Heads is one of my favorite people to watch. I don't really clip him that much because I'm really high when I'm watching his show, but it looked like he was at like an airport or something and he had a cowboy hat on, so I stopped in for a second. And he had some interesting energy going on.
And if you were sitting close to me, I'd probably watch you. He got it on a sale. He got it on sale. He always goes thrift shopping. Not me. Not I. Mad King. Mark Fusion, what the hell are you doing? Man, I hope you're sitting there partying hardy, Harry.
I don't know why this this guy just the vibe in this video is just wild to me. Is he at an airport or is he at like an IKEA? I can't tell where he is.
The money maker. I am the tally whacker. The whacker of tallies. The one who whacks tails.
Oh, you know what? Do you guys know Oddcast? I found a funny Oddcast video. I gotta make sure I put it in right. Twitch VOD, prank call, Discord calls, trivia. Here we go.
Millionaires, billionaires.
Doesn't it fucking bother and stream? Because that guy's a piece of shit, man. Whoever gave me that fucking number doesn't understand shit, man. I'm done with that piece of motherfucker. The guy actually pissed me the fuck off, man.
I like the way.
A better number. Somebody give me a better number. I'm gonna get another beer. Hold on.
Wait, I thought Svensson was his mom's maiden name. Wasn't that what she wrote the book under? Wasn't that under like somebody Svensson?
Somebody give me a number, dude. Somebody gave me that number. It was Arrow's fucking star. Talking about Texas bullshit. All right, everybody. We're going to bring on my fucking mic cry right now. Mike Cry, we're going to bring you in. Well, hold on. We got another number from Aerostar, dude. We got another number, dude. No, let's bring in Mike Cry for a second. Mike Cry, welcome to the Oddcast podcast, dude. I want to apologize for that piece of... was Crayon
Listen here, you son of a bitch. Do you know how many times I came in here trying to play fact?
Really appreciate you calling in, and I like your conservative way of thinking, and I promise you, I was just kind of challenging you on your views, because let's be honest,
like
man, if I...
a highlight stream. I can't find that lady. I can't find that lady with that was having the issues with her ex-husband. Her channel is called Now Loading. Maybe you have to have the dots in it. No, that makes it even worse. I don't know. That's the name of the channel, but I can't get it to come up. You think being subscribed to it, it would just automatically feed it to me, but I guess not. Let's give it one more try here. Roll the dice on the algorithm. Her car crashes into pole, but she denies driving. The best things aren't the most appealing. George Dorunda coming up in the algorithm. iTunes version of Bed Intruder. Foodie is afraid. Yeah, I don't know. It's now loading, but I can't. Apparently, I'm not able to find it. Well, I'll try to get it. I'll send a link to myself for next time. But tomorrow, I think we've seen a lot of like people today that have a really like a way with words, and I feel like maybe we can learn something from them. And so tomorrow, I think we're going to do a deep dive into learning how to communicate effectively so that we can get our thoughts across, like Jimmy and Savvy Guy and Joe Shabatoni favorite, Angela Aquara. But so I'll be here